Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all of the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Good evening and welcome to the City Championship semifinals here at Tech High School. Tonight we have a doubleheader for you. Game number 1, Christmas Attucks taking on Covenant Christian. Game number 2, going to be a doozy, Cathedral versus Chatard. All 4 teams have reached the Final Four, and Cathedral has been here 4 years in a row. Chatard is looking for their first title since about 1990, and Covenant Christian has never, ever won a title or has never been in the Final Four. First time they've ever been in the Final Four. Cathedral, well, they've won 4 in a row. It should be a great game for you tonight. Joining us now is Kenny Rossman. Kenny is the head coach at Washington High School. He was at the concession stand. How was the popcorn?
It was pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, no problem. Kenny played here. You played for Cathedral. You won a couple city championships. You also won a state championship. Now you coach in Indianapolis, Washington. It's a lot of fun just coming back and playing it and being part of this.
The history of the city tournament is ridiculously crazy. I mean, the nostalgia, the fans coming to this. I mean, this gym in the next 30 minutes is going to fill up. I promise you that.
You know, you got guys that walking in front of us, you know, they want to take the shot. They want to wave to his mom and dad. You want to say hi to your mom real quick?
I do. I'm kind of an old school kind of guy. My mom's been kind of under the weather, hadn't been able to. She's my number 1 fan. She hadn't been to hardly any of the games. She's been sick, but just want to say hi, Mom. Appreciate you. You're the reason why I'm here. Love you.
Let's talk a little bit about the history and your team beating a Howell Hornet team. You get an underdog, and Covenant Christian is the most underdog here. They're the 5th seed. Can they knock off? Can they win a championship here?
I'm going to tell you what, that's why you play the game. I mean, we went into the Howell game very confident. A lot of people called me that next night talking about that was a great upset. In their minds, it was an upset, and we talked about this too. We expected to win. I mean, 2 weeks prior, they kind of embarrassed us at home. They beat us by 28, but we had a really good game plan going into the other night. We knew if we packed in the zone and stopped their penetration, their shooters were not that great, so we played the percentages. And I had a kid named Tyler Weatherly that probably had his best game, and he just controlled the floor with his point guard skills. And unfortunately, he tore his ACL that night. But with his leadership, we were able to go into half with a 14-point lead, and we were able to sustain it. And it was a great win for our program.
Let's talk a little bit about the gap. It's been Cathedral for 4 years. They either have won it or been a runner-up. Is the gap closing? Is the city schools coming close? Covenant Christian is a big surprise. Is the gap closing, or is it everybody's so equal now?
Well, I don't know if the gap's closing per se, because with the city schools closing and things. Like I told you a few weeks ago, what we have agreed upon with the City Alliance, we decided to go into seeding. And so with the strength of schedules and stuff, the teams get to seed based on your records and stuff. And so the way it's playing out, specifically this city tournament, it's exactly working out how the coaches planned it to be, so we can bring more fans and more of the top teams in it. So, you know, you got number 1 Cathedral playing number 3 Chatard. You got number 1 Attucks playing number 4 Covenant Christian. So there's a chance that it might be a 1 and 2 or whatever. But like anything, upsets do happen. So I'm looking forward to a great night tonight.
Let's talk a little bit back in the day. You would talk about this before. This was a happening. Every coach was here. Every single team was here. It didn't matter if you were in the game or not. They packed the place. It's beginning to come up. The numbers have been great this week. Is it because of the format, the new format? Now you play Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Monday night. I think that's the best thing the city did.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Keith. I mean, that's what they wanted. You know, you want to have the best teams playing on Monday night, and that's particularly what could happen potentially.
Let's talk about players in this game. Cathedrals has some great players. Attucks has some great players. Covenant Christian has 2 great kids in Flatt and Maudlin and Shurik. I mean, that's a balance too. And Hendrick, I mean, all those kids. But Attucks is really loaded. They're the real deal. A lot of people think they could make a run to the state championship.
Well, I mean, Attucks, that sectional 10 is loaded, you know, and it's like Cathedral has potentially D1 players, 2 or 3 D2s probably. Covenant's having a phenomenal year. I mean, it's going to be an exciting game of basketball tonight. I can't wait to get this tip-off going.
The one thing that I look about this today, Coach, when I was doing some research, is a lot of people like class basketball. Well, if you like class basketball, guess what? You got a 2A school in it, you got a 3A school in it, you got a 4A school in it. So everybody, and now Tinley is also playing this tournament. They're a 1A school. So if you like class basketball, that's what this city tournament is all about.
Exactly. I mean, that's why you play the game. I mean, anybody on any given night can beat anybody, as we showed the other night against Howe. It's unfortunate they're going to be closing soon, and it's like schools are closing and the kids don't have choices like they used to. It's like I don't know what's happening with the educational part of it, but basketball's in the air tonight. It's city tournament, championship weekend, so let's go.
Let's talk about your team, because your team now is going to be on Indiana SRN in a couple of weeks. You guys have played very well. You lost a good player. What do you expect the rest of the year, and what's your sectional? You got to play a tough sectional. What's your sectional look like?
Well, it's that mindset. So we've already talked to our guys. The JV city tournament's over with. So now it's the next man up, and we have our JVs doing pretty well. They've only lost a few games. Got some pretty decent point guards on that level. So we're just going to bring those guys up. We're going to throw them into the mix next week against a number 7 Indian Creek team that's really good right now. That's also in our sectional. So that's the only way to get them ready is to put them out there.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. When we come back, we're going to take a look at both schools. We're going to look at Covenant Christian and also look at Christmas Attucks when we come back. You're watching this Prelude to the Champion on Indiana SRN.
I think of my philosophy of education, and Jan and I, as homeschooling parents, we really recognized it was our responsibility to educate our children. And so when we thought of basically delegating our children's education to someone else, we prayed about it, and we thought, would we delegate our children's education to someone who didn't believe anything close to what we believe? And we basically said, no, we can't do that. We have to entrust and delegate that role in our children's lives to someone that believes consistently with what we believe. And being able to do that at Covenant was a big step for Jan and I, because having 7 kids and really wanting to see them walk with the Lord and wanting to see them engage their faith for the rest of their life, we wanted that key time in their life to be with someone that we could trust, and that's how we came to Covenant.
Well, we also had some of our children wanted to pursue some higher degrees, Kyle in engineering and Hannah in nursing, Luke in accounting, and we felt that Covenant was a college preparatory school, and just some of the scholarships that they got, so it was definitely prepared them well.
I think the first thing, besides the effort that Covenant has to take the children through 4 years of Bible study, I think it's the way they engage them to try and apply their biblical studies to a worldview and try and take what they're reading and understanding in Scripture and then look at their life situation, the things that are going on in life, their relationships with their classmates, and then apply what they're learning. I think that's a really unique aspect to how they go about teaching them. And I think building relationships around that gives a depth to that relationship. I mean, you're talking about the thing that's most important in your life. Your faith in God, what you believe about Jesus Christ. And when you're discussing those things with people that really genuinely love you and want to see you come to the acknowledgement of the truth, I think it really adds a dynamic opportunity. Besides getting a Christ-centered education, the most important thing that we saw was the relationship development that took place between our children and the teachers.
I think all of our kids have been impacted by at least 2 teachers that they really connected with, and they really drew them out. They developed relationships. It went beyond the classroom.
And that was a real goal of the school. It wasn't just part of the curriculum. It was the heartbeat of the school was to develop relationships with the students, and some of those relationships are still intact. And quite frankly, that's the investment that you're making. You're making an investment in the opportunity for your young person to actually have time to engage a teacher and the teacher to have time to do that. I'm Dan Eganoff, and this is my wife Jan, and a Christ-centered education is the reason Covenant was a fit for us.
Glue and all that kind of stuff to keep their roster alive, but you look at it, even with that, the fact that they're 10-4 and they're 4-1 in the Circle City Conference speaks volumes to the job that Scott Platt has done with this squad. And you get contributions from guys on nights where you don't think it. And you look at last time game against Tech, Brock Buckley with 35 and 13 off of the bench.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of performances somebody's going to step up besides Trey Flatt and Noah Hedrick and Cam Sherrick. You got to have that one person to step up and make that pivotal play and make those plays to keep yourself in this basketball game and see if you can shut down Sincere McMahon.
You know, you mentioned, of course, the consistency and obviously the team built as a whole and different pieces formed together. But this is a Covenant team that when they are clicking, when they are passing the basketball to an extreme strength, this is one of the best starting fives. And then they bring in off the bench Buckley. When things are clicking, it seems as if they are going to be very, very difficult out, especially against a team like Attucks that might be able to be sped up a little bit and try and play a little bit, their flow, but against a team that plays really connected and really together.
Yeah, I was talking to Andy Gossel before he went on with Keith in the pregame show, and one of the things I think that has helped Covenant Christian is the relationships amongst the guys on the team. They're close and they enjoy being around each other, and I think that helps when you're trying to play a team sport. I think one of the things he also mentioned that they're kind of concerned with is Attucks' size. They don't measure up size-wise to guys on Attucks like, Jalen Carson is 6'7", and Donovan Barnett's a forward who's 6'4".
Yep.
They don't quite have the size, so they're really going to have to work hard on the glass to keep them to one shot and done and get moving in their offense.
Yeah, and you mentioned 6'4", but a very athletic 6'4".
Yes.
This is a team that'll get up and down. Let's touch on Attucks a little bit more. You think back to the game that they had against Manual a couple years ago with Nike Savandi, just up and down basketball game. This has the feel of that as well, a game that could be up and down with numerous changes in score, numerous tie ball games. But this is a team, you look at Sincere McMahon, 25.3 points per ball game. It's not a misprint.
That's good.
That is a lot of points scored at the high school level. When you look at him, he's obviously a Division I player. And when you have that go-to player, he's going to shine when the lights are the brightest. And tonight, the lights are very bright.
And that's a point we brought up with Covenant. That's the same for Attucks. If Covenant manages to shut down McMahon, who's the guy that's going to step up? Because you look at the rest of their starting lineup and on their bench, nobody's in double figures in terms of points.
Right.
So those points are going to have to come from someone if they're not coming from him. So do you, if you're Coach Flatt, let McMahon get his and shut everybody else down? Or do you try and shut him down and see if someone else steps up? So it kind of goes both ways on that. I think again, we talked about Attucks has the advantage is the size, and can they dominate the boards as they would like to do tonight against this smaller Covenant Christian team?
You mentioned it. It's going to be who can step up. The age-old question is obviously, are you going to let everyone else go and try and score, and you shut down completely Sincere McMahon, or as you mentioned, you let Sincere get his 20, 25, maybe even 30, and you just contain the rest of the team? That's going to be an interesting look to see early how Scott Flatt decides to defend Sincere McMahon.
That's my biggest key right now, is to see the starting defensive setup for Covenant Christian after the tip.
Yeah. Of course, these two teams never have faced against each other. One time in the past 35 years.
2013, I believe?
I do believe. And that was won by Christmas Attucks, so they hold the 1-0 advantage in the series. This is game number 2, and of course it comes in the Final Four, the semifinal of the City Alliance City Tournament. It's going to be a good one. We have it coming up for you right after this, live on Indiana SRN.
Semi-final game featuring the Covenant Christian Warriors and the Christmas Attucks Tigers. The Indiana High School Athletic Association and Indianapolis City Alliance stress the importance of good sportsmanship on the court and in the stands. In addition to winning, we are promoting and preparing young men in the values of scholarship, respect, and courage. We thank you, the fans, for being a great example to our student athletes. Lastly, we'd like to remind all fans that Arsenal Tech High School is a tobacco-free campus and that this rule will certainly be enforced. Our restrooms are located outside of the main lobby
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
Game 1 of 2 in the City Alliance Indianapolis City Tournament. Brent Young alongside Sean Kroll. And Sean, national anthem has been played. We are getting ready for the starting 5 on both sides. Give me a couple of quick keys for Christmas Attucks to move on to the championship and for Covenant Christian to move on to the championship.
Well, I think for Christmas Attucks, they just it's kind of business as usual for them. You know, get it to Sincere McMahon, let him score, dominate on the glass, and run your offense. For Covenant Christian, I think the biggest key is stay close early. You don't want to let Attucks get out to a big lead early, because then it's a snowball rolling downhill and it could get out of control. Second, you need somebody to step up for them outside of the normal scores in Schurig and Trey Flatt and Hedrick, to like a Brock Buckley, to get them going. And then thirdly, I think you have to show the guys on the squad and the fans in the stand that you believe you can win. If the ball hits the floor, you're on the floor. Anything that they can do hustle-wise to take and frustrate Attucks, I think, can help them in any way possible.
Of course, we'll take a look at the starting 5 for both sides. Sean, I'm going to throw it to you for Covenant Christian, a team that we are very familiar with here on the Family of Networks.
All right, you got a 6-foot junior guard, number 3, Trey Flatt, a 5'10" senior guard, number 10, Ethan Maudlin, a 6-foot senior guard, number 31, Cameron Schurig, and their 2 forwards, a 6'2" senior, 22, Sam Fulbright, and a 6'4" senior, number 23, Noah Hedrick.
As for Christmas Attucks, it is Jason Hall, Donovan Barnett, Malik Tansmore, Jalen Carson, and of course, Sincere McMahon. In the center to tip this one off, it will be Noah Hedrick, 3-point specialist. Mano a mano with Jalen Carson. Game 1 of the City Alliance Final 4 here on Indiana SRN. John, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be fantastic. Let's get it going.
The tip is won by Covenant. They will run quickly. Flat. Deep 3. Rims out. Battle for the board is picked up by Attucks. And Attucks in front of everyone, Sincere McMahon.
And that's what he does when the shot goes up. He starts to kind of leak out on the fast break to get those easy buckets.
Pressure defense by McMahon causes the turnover. Flat, smart decision, cuts through the passing lane, and now he gets double teamed. Swarming defense early, working it around. Hedrick looking for the drive, kicks it back out. Flat, tipped and stolen away.
I think another key here is the fact that, you know, with the frenetic play, Trey Flatt has to stay in control.
Yeah.
He's an emotional leader for them. He's got to stay under control and show the leadership for this Covenant Christian team.
And it looks like Covenant will come out in the 2-3 zone in the half-court set. Not sure if this will affect some outside shots. Instead, they get it into the lane on the opening offensive possession. It's going to be a foul called. It's going to be actually against
Hedrick's first.
That'll be tough if he gets in foul trouble. McMahon almost from the volleyball line. Instead, kicks it down low. Open shot is up and in. Knocked in by Malik Tansmore, the senior.
Great job of quietly getting open underneath the rim. Covenant cannot let them get those wide open shots.
Covenant now looking for the drive. Flat hesitates, will draw the foul and one.
Great job of controlling the body, stopping, letting the defender come to him to get the contact and strength to get the shot up and knock it down.
As you mentioned, Trey Flat, very strong. He is a player that can get into the lane and likes to get to the free throw line as well. Three-point play is good, and now it is a 1-point lead for Attucks.
I think that's Trey Flat's game tonight, is to try and get inside and get them in foul trouble.
Tigers now driving, meeting him at the rim.
Wow.
It's a good finish. Jason Hall. Hall was kind of that spark plug last year for this Attucks team into the starting lineup now.
Yes, he was, about 5'6", 5'7".
Deep three is missed, so they've started 0 for 2 from deep. Looking to see if Hedrick can get it. Instead, working it around. Flat can shoot it from there. Man-to-man defense helping out down low. No foul called. A lot of contact underneath the basket. And Modlin three.
That's a big early bucket for them. Nice ball movement.
Ethan Modlin, not known for his scoring ability, only 5 points per ball game. He splashed that one in from deep. Now Hall hesitates and will kick it back out to McMahon. Now it's switching zone for Covenant. McMahon settles for the mid-range and then misses it.
Nice play off the pick, but he couldn't knock the shot down.
Modlin again? No. Rebound taken in, and McMahon with a full head of steam dumps it off, and the finish will be too strong. Flat in front of everybody will have to bring it back out.
Smart play by Flat to bring it out.
Now working around, Schurig thought about it. Tipped and stolen away again. Attucks hangs in the air. Foul is called, and it'll be heading to the free throw line. Jalen Carson.
Was that foul on Maudlin or was it on Schurig? That's on Maudlin. Those are the plays right there, Brent, that they can't make. They can't get lackadaisical with their passes because Attucks is so quick they'll be going the other way in a heartbeat.
You know, you saw the length of Carson at the top of the defense. You know, it seems like Covenant is a little erratic early. First free throw falls through for Carson.
You get that wingspan on the top of that zone, it's hard to get the passes around it, and that's what caused that turnover.
Carson 2 for 2 from the line. 78% on the year. Shows it there. 8-6, 2-point lead. Just about 3 minutes into this one. Flat with the drive. Hangs in the air. Now finds the bucket. And will head to the free throw line. His second 3-point play opportunity.
Who says God doesn't answer prayer in the basketball court? Because that was a prayer from Trey Flat, but it went in.
Very high, and it falls through. I see the replay here, Sean. Takes it in high off the glass. Puts a little English on it.
Was that on Tansmore? Yeah, it was. That's his second.
Ooh, that's a big foul. Tansmore comes into the game.
I like Flat's game of trying to take it to the hole. Help defense there from Carson, but it didn't matter.
Tansmore, the second leading scorer on this Attucks team. And for him is Tyron Rogers, the senior. As Attucks facing a deficit for the first time tonight. Working the ball around in high bounce. Losing it. Trey Flat has it now. Stopped and thought about the three. Slips. Gets it around. Schurig. You're going to get an offense.
Ooh. Looks a little slick out there on the floor.
It does. how about this gymnasium and this court? It's just fantastic.
Oh, this is a great place to come see a basketball game. It's cool. It's got that aura, that history in it, and it's just a great place to have a basketball game.
City Alliance, game 1, and a block by Shurik. Getting it back and throwing it out. No good again. Maudlin with it. Hedrick, see if he can get going. Instead, now a baseline drive and kick. Almost stolen. And it'll stay with Covenant.
Covenant seemed to do that a lot early, using the baseline to kick it to the other, drive the baseline, kick it to the other corner. But I think now Attucks has wised up to it, and now they may have to make some adjustments. But I kind of see what they're trying to do here. But I like the thought of not going in with the tall trees, except if you're Trey Flatt.
Flatt gets it out to Maudlin. Now skip pass. Baseline. Shurik lays it in.
Nice move around the defender.
Covenant is locked in, Sean.
They're playing well early. That's what they needed.
McMahon, long drive, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. A 3-point lead for the 5 seed Covenant Christian. Now a little full court press put on, just to let them know you're there.
This Attucks team is not going to panic, Brent, at all.
Flatt thought about it. Maudlin has started strong. Shurik now, step back. Nope. Now in front of everybody is Sincere McMahon. Layup, no good. Stick back is good for Barnett.
That's what McMahon likes to do. He lets those big boys rebound.
A long, hard take to the basket, and it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Tyron Rogers of Attucks.
They get up and down so quick. I mean, when that shot goes up, he lets Carson Tansmore get the board, and he just goes out and is like, hey, I'm open.
Trey Flatt works it in. Maudlin thought about it.
Ooh.
Deep three is good.
That was deep.
That one came from Lucas Oil. Deep three extends the lead. Largest of the game for either side. Now working it around. Rogers thought about it. In between the circles, looks like newly entered into the game is Christopher Chin. Chin has it now. Baseline 2, rattles out. Covenant with a chance to build on the lead. Hesitation, drive, and the layup almost fell through for Hedrick, and Hedrick will head to the free throw line.
Hedrick is definitely feeling it early, Brent. He's looking to get to the rim. He's attacking.
That is his first personal. Team foul number 3.
Hedrick, of course, as you can imagine, very good from the free throw line. 88% on the year.
All right.
Free throw is good.
Number 23, Q-Sean Ware.
Get a quick look at this deep three. Noah Hedrick.
That's almost volleyball line.
Sean, he shoots it extremely well.
He does. I mean, for the year, he's 43.4%. That's really, really good.
Second free throw rims out, 88%. Only his 4th miss of the year. No one stops Hall, and he can't finish. Actually, that was McMahon. McMahon, a slow start. Full head of steam. Maudlin, corner pocket. No. Hedrick around. Now Fulbright with the drive. Strength in the lane off the back iron.
They're getting good looks, Brent. They really are.
A little bit of a confusion, looks like, for the Tigers, and they settle for a deep three and a response of their own. Quashawn Ware, the freshman.
He's averaging 9.2 points per game. He doesn't play like a freshman, Brent.
That was a good look from deep top of the key. Now a spin move. Kicking it out. Fulbright. No response. And a foul over the back will be called against Shurik. Let's take a look at this three, Sean.
I mean, he doesn't even hesitate. Once he gets space, squares up and knocks it down.
Tickles the twine. And now onto the court for Covenant Christian is the Elite Eight savior,
Brock Buckley, and as well as Brian Lomax, a transfer from Brownsburg. Great player.
Buckley, of course, with the 27 and 13 in the game. And a deep banked in three is good. Wow. By Christopher Chin.
My goodness.
And it looks like a foul will be drawn. And it looks like it's going to be going against Donovan Barnett.
It's got to be a case, though, where Flat needs to stay under control.
Because now that three back-to-back triples puts the Tigers back into the lead by one.
I got a feeling if the pace stays the same, it may be like that all night long.
Back and forth. Man-to-man defense of Attucks. Work the ball in. Hedrick now guarded heavily, fires it up, and it's going to be short. Buckley there, stick back, short.
But he was there for the board. That's what they want from him.
Now a drive. Kicks it back out. Top of the key, Hall. Works it into the corner. Now McMahon. Sean.
Oh, wow.
McMahon with, how many points McMahon so far? Only 2.
They put Lomax on him, which I completely get because of the quickness, but if they're going to get that hand check foul, then Sincere's going to really try and take over and get toward the rim.
Still a little bit of the 2-3 zone. It looks like a bit of a matchup. Now a shot right at the free throw line. Wow, almost tipped in. Woo. He got up for that.
Yeah, Chin got really high on that one.
Back in. Wow, firing it at the backboard too strong. A little bit of contact there. Now instead of deep three again, the freshman off the back iron.
I think that shot, somebody might have came around the backside and tipped it and knocked it towards the bucket.
Flat. Like a running back, and a foul on the floor. Looks like they're going to give it to the freshman. Keyshawn Ware.
Nice quickness shown by Trey Flat, though, to get by him quickly and get the foul.
5 team fouls on both sides. Sub back into the game is Barnett. Coming out is Rogers. So 28.5. Are you holding for one shot here, Sean?
I think so.
A drive and kick. Hedrick had it for a second. Head down to 21 seconds, losing it, tipped out of bounds, last touch by Buckley.
The pressure defense caused that turnover to happen. Lomax was just trying to get in and draw some people in and kick it back outside. I thought they were going to keep it for one, but that pressure defense causes those mistakes.
Now Attucks. Jason Hall back and forth with Christopher Chin. Down to 9 seconds. Chin will drive and kick out to Hall. Hall with 2 seconds and a foul on the drive.
Wow.
Wow. With 0.9 on the clock.
That's a second on Lomax, and man, they're calling it tight tonight.
16 fouls already for Covenant Christian.
Got to get it off quick here with 0.9 to go.
Enough for a catch and shoot. Got to be quick though. Modlin back into the ball game. And they'll get it in. McMahon fires it up. And it looks like Flat might have deflected it a little bit. But after one, it is a 1-point advantage for the Attucks Tigers in the semifinals of the City Alliance tournament.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
16-15 is the score here on Indiana SRN. Game 1 of the City Alliance Indianapolis City Tournament. And Sean, what are the main things that you saw in that first quarter? Only a 1-point advantage for the 1 seed, Christmas Attucks.
I think they did a great job on Sincere McMahon. He's only got 2 points, had that last shot at the end of the quarter, but they've shut him down for the most part. Covenant's got a lot of great looks at the basket. They hit some early shots, which really helped out. They got to knock down some more of those 15 to 18 footers that they had a shot with in the second quarter. But I think if you're Coach Flatt, you are extremely pleased at this point. If you're Coach Hawkins, you're not panicking at all. You're like, all right, guys, let's just run our offense and let's do the thing here.
It'll be Attucks basketball here in the second quarter. McMahon with it, only 2 points. And a drive, and he's going to try and get another one, but it's too strong off the backboard. You know, sometimes you get in your own head. That looked like a lane that he was in his own head.
It did, and great job by Trey Flatt not to foul him, let him kind of go. Oh,
wow. Barnett just takes it away. All the way in, too strong again, but the freshman Ware is there for the stick back.
He literally just ripped it out of his hands. That was crazy.
Buckley underneath for a second. Instead, Modlin looks for a strong drive and kick it back out.
They got to get
corner Buckley.
They got to get Buckley involved.
Good defense so far on this possession. Flat. Thought about a deep three. Will drive it against McMahon. Right into the body. Too strong. Danger time. Now a dump down. Where laying is good.
Great ball movement there by all parties involved. 10-point run by Attucks.
Unbelievable. And losing it again.
Uh-oh.
Passing it up. McMahon lays it in. And Coach Scott Flatt will take a 30-second timeout. He needed it. It's a 7-point advantage. The largest of the game by Attucks. Let's take a look at this replay.
And these are exactly the things you don't want to happen. He just literally, Barnett just literally just rips it from his hands and goes down. He misses it, I believe, and then the freshman knocks it down. But it's their defense that leads to their offense. And Covenant has to settle down and run their offense and get shots. Again, I think they got to get Buckley involved.
You know, so far it seems like this is the quarter that athletic director Andy Gossel was talking about, where sometimes they have a little bit of a letdown quarter. Well, the first minute and a half of this second quarter has really gone the Tigers' way.
And they feel like sharks with chum in the water. Mm-hmm. They're like, uh-oh, here it's feeding time, let's go. And that's kind of what jazzes them up and gets them rolling. So Covenant needs a bucket here to stop the bleeding.
See if the timeout might have cooled the nerves a bit. Flat looks for the backdoor cut. Great look, Schurig. Too strong. Gets the rebound, and the stick back is good.
Boy, they needed that bucket, especially after missing the first one.
And that is just Cam Schurig's game. A deep three response in Ware.
The freshman.
Ware's going to be a good player.
He's got 10 already.
He is going to be a really good player. That was a great-looking shot from the corner.
And he knew it as soon as he let go of it, too, Brent.
Oh, Flat loses it. Yeah.
Why did Schurig not go for the ball there?
Yeah, not too sure. Let's take a look at the three-pointer in the corner by Ware.
The confidence. He just knew it. And they keep that hand up in the air, you know it's going down.
Man. Good-looking freshman. Attucks. As you mentioned, danger zone, an 8-point lead for the number 1 seed.
And now here we go with something that Attucks does. They want you to play defense so they can get cutters to the basket and get guys open, so they're going to pull you out.
Yep, a little chess match. And almost a great defense there by Trey Flatt. Sincere McMahon, step back three.
Wow.
Got the roll.
Shooter's roll, but how about the big man Barnett with the ball handling?
Dump down Buckley.
A
chance to get his first points at the free throw line, 27 on Thursday night. This is how it has ballooned to an 18-2 run for the Tigers.
Foul on Carson as Buckley makes the first one. I'm digging the headband and the hair, got to say it.
Yes.
You got some nice lettuce going.
You know, coming into this game, Brock Buckley has missed one free throw all year.
Is that good?
He is now 18 of 19. Let me check with my sources. Yes, that is very good. Dump down low, and the freshman again. A coming out party.
He's feeling it.
The diaper dandy. 12 points. Schurig responds, and a travel is called.
Whew. Diaper dandy. You should trademark that.
I think I was a little too late on that one.
Just a touch. Just a touch.
30-19. Wow. This game has really unraveled quickly. McMahon with the drive, and now he's got a lot of confidence.
And that's the one guy you don't want to have confidence, so they're running with him. Let's see what happens.
Schurig again, and one. Needed it, and got it.
Now, I know Covenant's behind, and they run down the court, and that's something that they do, but you have to look for spots to do that, because if you get in a running game with this Attucks team, I'm not sure you can come from behind.
No. This is a team that feeds, as you mentioned, feeds off of the energy that they develop on the defensive side, really. Turns into offense. McMahon again, a lot of confidence.
Oh yeah. I think that's 9 this quarter, I think that's safe to say.
Now a kick out. Schurig again into the lane. Deep three, they need it, and they got it.
Oh, that's a big bucket right there.
Took one out of your book there. Need it, got it. Now a drive. Kicks it out, the freshman.
Whoa.
Wow. And now the shot. They could have gotten a foul there. Instead, no call. Hawkins is a little frustrated. Now kicks it out. And a dump down low. Buckley. Big.
That's what Buckley does. He lulls you to sleep and then gets open under the bucket. Now you got a little bit of a run here from Covenant.
Response again. And it will be looks like a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here. And, Sean, this is the back and forth basketball game that we kind of thought about coming into it. And right now you see big punches being thrown by Attucks. And then a huge response by Covenant.
What was big there for Covenant was the fact that they held. It was the long three from the freshman, and they got a rebound and missed the putback. But then Covenant snagged that rebound. If you can hold them to one shot and grab those rebounds, you come down, and then you find the open guy, as you'll see here, for the three ball.
Yeah, look at this. Just a deep three by Hedrick. And that's when you have a player on your team that can react and can make a shot when he needs it. It was huge.
Yeah, they do. As they come down flat, did a great job because McMahon was behind him, and then found the vision to find Buckley cutting to the basket.
And how about this development, Sean? Back onto the court is Malik Tansmore. Obviously, Coach Chris Hawkins started to feel a little weary as if the tide was turning against him. He reinserts Tansmore with the 2 fouls.
But he keeps the freshman on the court because the freshman's playing so well for him. Where?
Now a drive and handoff McMahon. Wow, that's deep.
Oh my goodness. Woo. He's got 12 this quarter, Brent.
And they have looked all very good. Crossover into the lane. Schurig gets fouled.
That's going to be on Barnett for sure.
Yep, his second, I believe.
I think one thing that it looks like that Coach Flatt wants to do is when they get an open lane is to drive it to the buckets, because Schurig's done that, as has Flatt all night long.
Schurig at the free throw line.
Number 31, Cameron Schurig at the line.
This team does a really good job of getting to the free throw line. Although he has not attempted very much on the season, he knocks in the first.
68% from the line, although you're right, he hasn't shot very many. They are, as a team, they are 73.1% from the free throw line, 69.5 for Attucks.
I would take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, for a high school team, those are very good.
Attucks basketball still with a 9-point 8-point advantage. Kicks it out. McMahon with the drive and step back. You know, these shots are falling in for Sincere McMahon, and it is just ice in his veins right now.
He's just nothing else to say. Sure, he's kind of matching him a little bit here. He feels at this point any shot he puts up is going to go in, so he's just going to, if it feels like leather, guess what? I'm putting it up.
Back and forth they go. McMahon again, double team now, dumps it down, hanging in the air and finishing is Jalen Carson.
Great body control off of a fantastic pass.
See if a response, again, it's been back and forth the past couple of minutes. Flat, a lot of contact, no call. Now Trey.
That's a good no call.
With the yo-yo in the lane, and it'll be a travel. He went up in the air, did not get the pass off in time, and put that foot back down.
I like the thought of driving and then kicking it out to Buckley, but, you know, this isn't the NBA. You're not going to get that one.
Very important 2 minutes and 12 seconds in this second quarter.
Very much so, Brent. Great point.
Who can control the final stretch into the halftime? We'll see. McMahon has been red hot. Kicks it back out. Tansmore, skip pass, deep three.
Ooh.
Christopher Chin.
That looked good. We were right on line with it. That looked good the second you let go of it.
Schurig, a drive out to Modlin, who loses it. Travel. Luckily, they called that. It's a breakaway layup. As we take a look at the three here, Sean, just confidence. Catch it. No one there.
Yeah, you know, Chin's someone who hasn't taken a lot of shots, and that's the beauty of this Chris Hawkins team is the confidence and in himself and that the coach has in him. If you're open, let her fly.
And, you know, the closeout just was not there. Very slow getting out to the shooter.
Covenant needs to stop desperately.
See if they can get it to drive, a strong drive at that, high off the glass, and now Jalen Carson is playing very well. Schurig kicks it out, no one there.
30-point quarter so far for Attucks.
Wow. 46-31. This is a 15-point advantage and another timeout taken. We'll be right back for the final 124 here in the second quarter.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Folks, if you like watching basketball in Indiana SRN, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Indiana SRN. You will not miss a game, especially if you hit that little bell, too, that gives you notifications when we're coming on. We got another one tonight. We're going to be back here on Monday, too.
That was good.
Thank you.
Very good job. Hit the button.
Hit that subscribe and the notifications. Are they going to try and hold it here for the last minute 22?
You know what? With Flat extending, it looks like they will not. Almost a steal. Instead, a deep three by Carson. That's not the shot that Hawkins wanted, but a rebound. Wow.
Tansmore with the tip to his teammate.
Oh, wow. Back-to-back offensive rebounds. McMahon in the lane. No good. Another rebound. Oh. And that looked like a foul.
He got poked in the eye. Did they call a foul?
Yeah. Jalen Carson. Yes, got it. He wanted the bonus. Wow. Big.
It's the second on Carson, but, man, McMahon went in against 4 guys there and still almost scored.
Almost finished.
But a great tip. Tansmore couldn't grab it, tipped it out to Hall, and they kept possession.
At the line. 88% coming into tonight. He has missed one already.
Oh, did you just jinx him?
It's called the opposite place. Gets the first to fall through, rewarded with the second.
He's got 8 so far here in the first half.
Hedrick rims it out. Wow. He's missed 2 so far. 50 seconds remain. Hansmore back out to Jason Hall, and it looks like they will hold it. A little bit of time coming off the clock. Hansmore thought about it, down low. Good give and go, and a block by Buckley. Hedrick, stop, pop, no.
A little too strong, should use the board.
Hall mid-range is good. 13 seconds, and they are not slowing down. Fulbright, baseline kick. Wow.
That's a great idea.
That was a fastball. Here comes the block by Noah Hedrick. Buckley. Woo.
Oh, just took it right from him. They're lucky they didn't get a travel call there on Fulbright when he dove for it.
That was just Buckley soaring, and now a foul called on. Just not a good play.
Yeah, that's his third foul. Not only do they get free throws, it's his third foul. I mean, I love the aggressiveness, but you got to know when.
There's 5.7 seconds left. You let it roll, have him pick it up, to play good defense.
Yeah, just go up and stop right there and make him pick it up. Don't dive at it.
At the line.
He's probably going to start the second half on the bench, Brent, don't you think?
With 3 fouls, yeah. Chin gets the shooters rolled.
I'll be interested to see the adjustments that Coach Flatt makes at halftime, because that, even with great the first quarter was, that's not going to get it done being down 17 as they currently are.
Right. Second is good. 5.7, enough to get a shot off. Flat, hesitation, shot is up, and it's no good. That is the end of the first half. We expected a high-scoring game, and did we get a high-scoring first half? 50-32. Sean, how much points in that second quarter?
That would be 34.
34
for
points
Attucks, yeah.
in the second quarter for Crispus Attucks, and that is the halftime score of 50-32 in game 1 of 2 here from Tech High School. And we'll be right back for the halftime show here on Indiana SRN.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Back live from Tech High School, and the man Keith Myers has a special guest with him. It is head coach and athletic director of Arsenal Tech, Mosey Barnes. Take it away, Keith.
Time here at halftime here at Tech. Mosey Barnes is with us. And first of all, let's talk about you as a coach. Coach varsity everywhere, and now you're landed here at Tech High School. Pretty happy being here.
It's a privilege, man, to be a part of Indiana history and just be a part of the Hoosier hysteria. I love being a coach here, especially in Marion County. There's so much good coaching here, a lot of good basketball here. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Then let's talk about your second role. You're the tournament director, so you had to not only do the Tech sites, but you got to make sure everybody goes direction and scorekeeper, announcers, officials, all those things. I don't know how you do it, but you did a great job this week.
Thank you. It's not over yet, but I got a lot of help. Like a lot of guys a lot of ADs in our city alliance, a lot of help. It's my first time hosting it, so sometimes you just got to lean on people and try to get the job done.
Then we talked about you being the role as the athletic director. A lot of people don't realize this is the largest IPS school, and a lot of people, not only the community, but a lot of people depend on Tech High School, not for the venue, but for the history that is here.
Yeah, our principal here, Corey Franklin, does a great job here. He trusts me to do my job. And again, in this athletic director role, you depend on a lot of people to do their jobs. And sometimes when you make mistakes, you just try to come in and try to fix them.
I tell you what, you guys have, you don't have an idea how tough this guy, he comes in like at 7 o'clock in the morning. We talked a couple times this week at 7. He doesn't go home until midnight. When do you relax?
And I really want to do a good job, man. I've always been that way. As a student coming up in Indiana, as a player coming up in Indiana, and some of those things as a habit of being a teammate and playing basketball in Indiana, it's kind of carried over to my professional life. So I really want to do a good job, so I double and triple check everything, and sometimes that takes long hours.
Yeah, pretty good crowd on hand. Second game with Cathedral, Chatard, you're expecting possibly a sellout crowd.
Well, it's 4 really good teams playing today. Covenant Christian's here today, Attucks is here, Cathedral's next, and Bishop Chatard. They're all 4 really coach well. So I know people are following these teams, and that's what you get.
And you had a nice girl crowd today in the matinee. You had the JV teams. Really some upsets tonight, and it's been a lot of fun today, starting at like 2 o'clock this afternoon.
In Indianapolis, man, especially in Marion County, there are no upsets. The coaching is so good. The kids are so good, and, you just got to be prepared, and that's why you play the game.
Talk about Monday night. If people want to go, game time 7:30 right after the JV game. They got to get tickets early because this thing could be rocking.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing like the city tournament championship game. Make sure you're here on time. We're expecting a really great event, and the best 2 teams will be playing for the championship.
And, of course, if you're out of state, like we have a lot of people out of state watching on Indiana SRN, that's been a big boost for the City Alliance as well.
Great. I hope everybody, all the viewers, are enjoying this. We're really enjoying it, and we really appreciate being able to put this on here. This tradition's been going on for some time, and we're happy to keep it ongoing.
Yeah, 1929, Coach. I wasn't even voting. One of our guys played in the championship game in 1929. No, I'm just kidding. Coach, thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you. Glad you guys are here.
You bet. I tell you what, he's excited, and I tell you, it's kind of fun just to reminisce. You go down the hallway, guys, and you see all kinds of things. Landon Turner played here. Trey Lyles played here. A lot of other coaches that coached here in this gym. If these walls could speak, it would be great. We'll take a break. We'll bring it back to Brent and Sean right after this timeout.
Hey, Jim, don't touch that man.
What?
Jim, you never know who's touched these things. It could be places that you wouldn't go. It could have been touched by folks whose hands you wouldn't shake. Like mine.
Ooh, you mean?
Yes, Jim. Dirty money.
You can bring your bad money to the Logan Street Signs and Banners shop. Just come on in and give it to the little bitty girl that's behind the counter. Bad money is really bad. It's really bad. And this week only, you can take all your bad money, drop it off here at the sign shop. We're running through our special process where we'll clean your money and we'll make it better for you, then we'll give most of it back to you.
I'm here to pick up my laundered money.
Here you go, sir.
This is only a 20. I left a 50.
Sir, don't forget, it's $19.95 for shipping and handling, and don't forget that 1% surcharge for eating in Noblesville.
Drop your dirty money off at Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
(50-32) with the halftime score. A second quarter owned, dominated by the Crispus Attucks Tigers, and they lead big over the Covenant Christian Warriors here on Indiana SRN. Brent Young and Sean Kroll. And Sean, give us some stats from that first half.
Speaking of second quarter, 34-17. Attucks outscored Covenant in that second quarter.
Can I check with the sources if that is good?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, good. Check.
All right, for Covenant Christian, Trey Flatt with 6, Ethan Maudlin 3, Noah Hedrick 8, Cam Schurig 11, and Brock Buckley 4 for a total of 32. For Crispus Attucks, Sincere McMahon with 16, Jason Hall with 4, Donovan Barnett 2, Malik Tansmore 2, Christian 8, Jalen Carson 6, and the freshman Kashawn Ware with 12 for a total of 50. A lot of guys in the scorebook for Crispus Attucks, not many for Covenant Christian.
You know, Sean, we talked about, are they going to let Sincere McMahon get his own, or are they going to try and shut down McMahon and see if the other players can really fill in the void? Well, both went off for Attucks that in that second quarter.
I think the first quarter was exactly what they would have liked to have had. McMahon only had 2 points. Ware only had 3. You know, nobody had more than 1 bucket for Crispus Attucks. But then in the second half, it just kind of all fell apart because McMahon had 14 in the second half and 9 for Ware, and they were getting buckets any way they could. So, you know, it's a tough road to hoe now for Covenant Christian, but if anything we know from this team, they're fighters. And, you know, I think the lesson that Attucks learned against Ritter is just keep going.
Yep.
Don't take the foot off the gas because that let Attucks right back into the game. They don't want that to happen again.
Are you thinking get it under 10 heading into the fourth quarter and you feel like you still have a chance?
Yeah, that's usually the way it works with a big lead like that. If you can get to single digits by the time the fourth quarter starts, you feel like, all right, it's a game. We make a couple of plays here and there. And all you ask for is a shot at the end. But I'll tell you what, they're lucky that halftime came at the right time because maybe Sincere McMahon cooled off a little.
Yeah, and the entire team can cool off a little. You know, it seems as if it was just some runouts, some defensive plays by Attucks that really spurned that big run that they had in the second quarter. I believe it reached 18-2 at one point.
It did.
And that is just that is very tough to come back from. But Covenant Christian, they got here by playing as a team, playing collectively. Let's see if they can do it here in this third quarter as we resume play in a quick backdoor cut. We saw that in the first half, but Schurig almost has it taken away and gets it back. Schurig playing with the 3 fouls.
That's a surprise, and it's a good thing you got that ball back because Barnett almost stole it from him.
And a little bit of an erratic start, but Maudlin open for 3. No.
They got to knock those shots down if they want a shot, if they want a chance.
Now McMahon just coast to coast. No one stopped him, but he missed the land. And a foul is called on Barnett. That'll be his third.
That was not a smart foul on Barnett, but that's also something if you're Covenant, hey, there's a ray of light if we can get them in foul trouble as well.
And you see a little bit of frustration on the face of Jason Hall as well as Sincere McMahon after that missed land. Covenant desperately needing to string together some baskets. Maudlin back out to Flatt. Over to Schurig. Movement is there, but the defense is just responding very well. Fulbright 3. There we go.
First bucket of the night, and it's a huge one.
Back down to 15.
Got to get stops now.
McMahon out to Hall against that man-to-man. Hall step back at the free throw line, leaves it short, but offensive board out of bounds. Take a look at this three.
Yeah, good look. The pass was to his left, but he pulled it up and even shot it over the taller Carson, knocked it down.
Ball tipped around and taken in. Kicked back out. Now a baseline drive. Barnett just fires it off the side of the backcourt. But right there to catch and lay it in is Jalen Carson, and Carson has had a good night.
They got to get rebounds on missed shots.
Great drive and finish by Schurig. And coast to coast, McMahon can't get it. Modlin now. Up to Hedrick, and Hall was right there.
And dribbled it off his own foot. The opportunities like that, you're not going to get very many of them in the second half to get a little string, a little run together here, and you cannot make those mistakes.
You know, and you look at Jason Hall just being there right after the catch. You got to be very decisive with the ball if you're Covenant Christian. Down by this much. Deep two, wow.
Wow, if Carson could take it out there and shoot it, he'll play at the next level.
If Carson has that in him. Now Schurig has to stop, kicks it back out. Flat thought about a three, and he will take it, and left it short. Schurig now dumps it down. Fulbright, no good. Schurig down again. Hedrick gets it to fall through.
They needed to get those boards to get a good shot off, and it was still not easy because of all the contact.
That was funny. It was like, here you go, Fulbright, your chance. No.
Yeah.
Okay, Hedrick, your chance. Lays it in. Dump down low. Strong take and nice fadeaway shot by Malik Tansmore. And Tansmore has not really gotten going with the foul trouble in the first half.
Yeah, they've seen what they can do here with their height offensively in the second half. They're just going to keep dumping it low.
Modlin spin, no one there.
Nice. Is Attucks, finish my thought. They're just going to keep dumping it down low if Covenant can't negate their size.
Oh. Would have been a shot that Hawkins didn't like. Instead, Tansmore decided, hey, you know what? I didn't get it in the first half. I'll get it here in the third quarter.
Have they missed it all in the second half?
I don't think they missed the shot.
That's unbelievable.
Let's take a look at this nice finish as Hedrick gets it, absorbs the contact. That was a foul.
That was a lot of contact, and it went in. He was waiting for the whistle, but the thing on that possession was the tenacity of Schurig to keep getting the boards amongst those tall trees and giving them opportunities. They need that same tenacity on the glass on the defensive end to stop. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if Attucks never misses a shot, but when they do, you've got to get those boards and hold them to one possession.
Coming out of the timeout, it will be Covenant Christian basketball. The trail here by 18 points. And Sean, this run from the beginning of the second quarter up to this point of the game by Attucks has just been phenomenal.
They have been, and it reminds me a lot, I know this is going to sound weird, it reminds me a lot of the Covenant Christian girls, where the defense is so quick and so tenacious, and the hands get in the passing lanes, and it leads to the easy offense. And it's hard to get it. Once it gets rolling, it's hard for an opponent to stop it.
And, just a simple full-court press by McMahon.
Wow.
Speeds up Trey Flatt, and Coach Scott Flatt wants a foul call, and I think he's got a bit of an argument.
And I think he was upset, too, because Trey got the ball back and was just on his knee, and they called traveling.
Attucks basketball, a chance to get up by 20 points or more. Tansmore loses it, and a double dribble is called.
Something else to note, McMahon has yet to score here in the second half.
Numerous pieces have really come to play tonight for Christmas Attucks. Out of bounds.
They cannot be lazy or lackadaisical with their passes. They got to be crisp and sharp or Attucks' quickness will get it going the other way. And that would have been an absolute thunder dunk right there from Barnett if he hadn't gone out of bounds.
I was excited. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Modlin, drive and kick. You know, it seems as if that shot is open if you catch and you shoot. Fulbright loses it, gets it back, and now a travel is called.
I don't know. I wasn't watching his. I wasn't there to see his feet to see if he picked up his pivot foot.
Looks like he might have dragged it a little bit. Huh. And now
Buckley's in though.
As we get ready for the final, we've only been midway through the third quarter. This game is really amped up in the aggression. Hansmore out to McMahon, scoreless in the second half. Drives and kicks it to nobody. Oh, they
got hit from behind?
Is what they're saying.
I don't know how that. I don't see that at all.
And it will be a baseline inbounds. Wow.
Covenant crowd getting restless out.
And Trey Flatt just takes it away. And that'll be a foul called against McMahon. And
did they just tee up Flatt?
I don't know. They might have just given a technical foul. Yes, they don't. No, it's just going to be Covenant ball. It looked like one official was pointing at Coach Scott Flatt. I'm not sure.
Maybe a sideline warning? I don't know.
Maybe, yep. Hedrick. Crossover. Good drive. Has to find Buckley. Buckley handoff Flatt.
A lot of contact.
A lot of body. Flatt with the drive. Throws it up. And it falls through.
Wow.
Circus shot. Dipsy-doo.
He must have ate his Wheaties this morning because there's two that had no business going in but did.
And that'll be Tansmore's third.
Tansmore's had 5 in the second half, and they've kind of stalled a little bit, has Attucks on offense.
Back in comes Kushan Ware. He has been a story. He was probably the story of the first half.
Yeah, look for him to get the basketball.
Three-point play is completed by Trey Flatt, and a timeout is taken. 30 seconds. We'll keep it here. And take a look at the dipsy-doo.
Watch this is just unbelievable. They get the spin on
as
it.
He's falling down. Wow.
That's unheard of. The other one went up and off the backboard and went in, but goodness, there's been a lot of contact in the second half, Brent, and only 3 total fouls called, all on Attucks. But my goodness, they're letting them play this half. They didn't in the first half, but they are the second half.
And the score is still in that 15-point range. Sometimes it trickles up to 18. If Covenant can string together a couple stops and baskets, we're looking at a game that really will come down to the final buzzer.
Yeah, it definitely can. And, Lomax is now in for Covenant Christian. I would imagine they're looking for him to help out defensively, but more importantly to rebound because the kid has got some serious hops.
Now full court press being put on by Covenant, and they speed up Attucks.
And he's out of bounds.
And a foul. Oh, out of bounds, yeah. I thought they were going to call a foul there on Schurig. That would have been his 4th. Instead, it is out of bounds off of Tansmore. Ball back to Covenant Christian.
And you got to score when you get those stops.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's Captain Obvious here, but
you play a good Captain Obvious.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Schurig spins, kicks it out, and a travel is called on Brian Lomax.
Goodness.
And it looks like,
what was that?
Not sure.
A unsportsmanlike contact warning on number 5, Malik.
Oh, looks like Tansmore picked up a
warning.
A little chirping.
Yeah.
As to be expected. And, this is when tensions are riding high.
Yeah.
One team desperate for stops and finishes.
But Covenant's got to be more patient offensively because they don't have to hurry up a bunch here in this third quarter to get it under 10.
McMahon just throws it up at the rim, nothing. All the way down, Hedrick misses it.
Oh, that was a big possession.
Rogers dumps it down to the freshman Ware, who has to fire it back out and they'll reset. Sincere McMahon was on fire in the second quarter.
Maybe he's saving it for the fourth.
Maybe. Hall, and as you mentioned, Sean, sometimes they dare you to come out and defend. And there it is. Big steal and a foul is called. You mentioned it, Sean. Just like modern day Nostradamus you are.
Oh, well. I mean, they needed that. They needed that definitely from Lomax. The nice hustle, diving on the floor. Maybe that can get some fire going in these guys. And all right, let's go. Let's do this.
And another thing to look at: 14 fouls already, 0 for Covenant Christian. Schurig, drive. Foul is called on Barnett, and that'll be his third.
Is it on Barnett or is that on? No. I thought it was going to be on Rogers.
That's his fourth.
That is his fourth. Yeah, wow. That's big.
Barnett and Tansmore, 2 players to watch out for as far as foul trouble.
I can't believe that Covenant hasn't fouled yet.
Ball picked up and passed out. Trey Flatt. Flatt in the lane. Has to pass it back out. Down to a minute 49 here in this second quarter. Needs some buckets. Ooh, near turnover. Drive, finish, no. Tipped around, taken in, Lomax, and one.
There you go, there's Lomax again.
Hustle play, Sean.
Yeah, they need those right now for sure. And he got a break with the pass down up here near half court that almost got stolen.
So Lomax gets on the board. He is 13 of 16 on the season from the stripe.
You're right there, Brent. If you want to be under 10 and by the end of the quarter, you're right at that point where you can do it.
Smooth free throw brings it back within 12. Full court press. Rogers passes it up. Swarming defense right now for Covenant. Wow. Catch. Deep three is short. Getting his own miss. Fires it back up. Tipped by Buckley. The freshman Ware loses it. Buckley has it.
Nice. Oh! Gotta convert that. My goodness.
Brock Buckley had no one around him. McMahon will get fouled. Sean.
Wow, what?
No one around Buckley there, but let's take a look at this three-point play by Lomax.
Look at because Rogers started to come down with it, but Lomax went after it strong and then got it to go while being fouled by Rogers as McMahon makes the first, and that's his first point of this third quarter.
Sean, a potential 4-point flip here.
Yeah. And, Attucks has only scored 10 points this quarter, Brent. Yep. It's been there for the taking for Covenant, but it's been plays and shots like that haven't gone their way that have really, this could be a lot closer game right now.
2 for 2 from the stripe. Lead back up to 14. Could have been down to 10 with the lay-in by Buckley. 44 seconds left. Drive, flat, stops, finish, go!
How did those last 2 shots not go down?
As you mentioned, just the balls are not tipping their way. Down to 25 seconds. They'll hold for 1. Trey Flatt guarding Sincere McMahon. And a monster.
Oh, that is a foul.
Monster screen. And the foul will be called against Tyron Rogers. That was a complete, looked like a football play.
That would have gotten a crackback block penalty in the NFL.
Trey Flatt with the ball.
You got 9 seconds. You got
8 seconds now, and Shurik picks it up. Buckley with the baseline drive, and he gets
the foul call.
Draws the foul, and that will be 18 fouls. Buckley to the line with 2 free throws.
That's on Rogers again. It's his 4th. That's 2 guys now with 4 fouls. 2 big guys with 4 fouls for Attucks.
Buckley makes the first. Fantastic free throw shooter.
Man, a couple of plays here or there, Brent. We could be talking about a 7-8 point game instead of a 12 or 13 point game.
Buckley one more. Ooh, gets the roll. Down to 1 second, and they're going to throw it out of bounds. They're going to say that's the end of the quarter, though. So after 3, we're going to have a great 4th. Attucks 61, Covenant Christian 49 here on Indiana SRN.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
My favorite patient. My favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Hey, never miss an upcoming game. Watch on YouTube. That's how my wife's watching right now. And make sure to subscribe. We love it if you subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. You'll be able to watch live and replays on YouTube. Search Indiana SRN.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, you know. I like YouTube.
Yeah, it is a fantastic source for everything video.
We dropped our boys off for the youth group ski trip today, and I come home and my wife's done a deep dive on Billie Eilish on YouTube. That girl's got a voice.
Great singer. Bad girl. As we get ready for one more stanza here, of course, don't forget game 2 coming up. Jimmy Cook will be bringing you the play-by-play, and the man, the myth, the legend, Keith Myers, will be on color.
Real quick, 17-11 that quarter for Covenant Christian.
There we go. That's what you need. So game 1, 4th quarter. Attucks with the basketball. And they're going to take some time off the clock.
This is the point of the game against Ritter where they kind of started to make some mistakes. So we'll see if they do that mentally or if they learn from that the other night.
You know, this is a double-edged sword as far as slowing the game down. Kind of takes you out of the flow and the rhythm as well. McMahon drive and kick into the corner for Hall.
Yeah, if you're a shooter, you can't stand this because you want to stay in the flow and the rhythm.
Drive. McMahon kicks it out. Hall almost traveled. They've now eaten 55 seconds off the clock. And the freshman, he's not afraid.
And there's a reason why.
A minute possession and it finishes with a 3.
He
Buckley tried to stick it back and no foul called. Buckley blocked again.
There's no way. You've got to be kidding me on both those.
McMahon lays it in.
All that contact and no foul. Wow.
Shurik again. They're going to need some points quickly. Attucks is starting to put it together again. Shurik loses it. Off McMahon.
I'm still shaking my head at all the contact under the basket. Not a single foul was called. That was crazy.
Flatt was on the bench for a minute and a half. He's back into the ballgame.
He needed a breather. He's played the whole game.
He's played great defense.
Yes, he has. As the crowd's starting to fill up more and more here.
And a great out-of-bounds play, wide open to Shurig, and he lays it in back down to 15. The freshman again.
Are you kidding me?
Wow!
Holy smokes.
Coming out party for Ware.
He's cold-blooded, man.
Shurig stolen by Ware. Now Attucks taking more time off the clock. We're 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. Ware, heat check is short.
Yeah. They call a foul?
Foul on, looks like Fulbright.
Oh, okay.
Look at this, Sean.
I mean, I know it's going to be crazy, but it reminds me of Northern Iowa against Kansas a few years ago. Kansas is #1, and Northern Iowa had a 1-point lead trying to hold it. And Ali Faroukmanesh came down on the fast break, wide open. They wanted to hold the ball. Nah, he knocked down a 3.
You just wanted to say Ali Faroukmanesh.
I did. Missouri Valley Conference all the way.
That was a foul on the drive.
This is interesting how these fouls now are getting called. Yeah, I mean, Covenant's frustrated. Make no bones about it.
You know, a good friend of the family of networks, Christoph Kendrick, now an assistant coach at
Bradley University. They went down today, though.
Lane is good.
Who scored there? I missed it.
Was the freshman.
What's that?
The freshman.
Oh, it was where again?
You know, it's just crazy to think about the storied games and the storied names that have come through this. Wow! Woo! Hendrick trying to add to the story.
Shooter's roll.
That was a deep, deep 3, and it looks like.
What's the whistle again for?
Might be. Looks like a tech. No, it's going to be a baseline inbound. Let's see what they work out here. I'm not sure.
A lot of
it's
confusion.
going to be. Three-pointer is good. Huh. Okay.
All right. Thank you to Keith. They thought there was confusion on Shurig's foul. They thought it was his 5th when it was only his 4th.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Keith.
Deep 3 again.
Wow.
What can you say about the freshman, Krishan Ware?
I would say don't leave him open.
Now modeling out flat. You know, it's Covenant can't continue to trade 3s for 2s. They need Hedrick to start firing them up like that. Fulbright, that foul is called by Hall. 20-point advantage, and it's been Krishan Ware.
Do you think they're just so focused on, this is the long 3 by Hedrick. They're so focused on McMahon that he just is finding open spots and just knocking them down. He's been unbelievable. It's the second and fourth quarters for him.
You know, if you notice, his name, Krishan Ware.
Yes.
I see a similar name to someone else I know.
A little bit.
QU' SHAWN.
I'm just without the Q.
Second free throw falls through, and it's back down to 18. Shouting distance, but desperation time. Stick back is up and in.
Nobody there. Everybody was concerned about McMahon.
Trey Flatt with a quick response. Sincere McMahon, and this will be a block against Trey Flatt.
That's his first.
Defending without fouling. It is an art.
Well, it looked like they may knock knees a little bit because McMahon came up a little bit gimpy.
See if there's any magic.
Got to get the towel out. Wipe off all the sweat.
Oh, man. You know, Keith and I were at a tournament one time, and the MVPs were the Towel Boys.
Oh, really?
So I've never seen a court need to be wiped down with towels more than what we were at. Crazy.
Was that one of your ones where, it's 8 o'clock and you still got 2 games to go and Keith's ready to go to bed?
Yes. It is the one where Keith is so excited the entire day to call the slam dunk contest. Slam dunk contest comes, and where does Keith go?
He lets you call it by yourself?
Hey, Brent.
Yes.
Hey, Brent. Don't tell all my secrets.
I will not.
I told my work I worked 14 games that day.
You know what? You might have done about half. That's okay.
I think he's half.
Thanks so much, guys. Covenant Christian is just exhausted. They're exhausted. You can tell they're really tired, but man, they have not given up, have they?
They have not. It's been tough sledding, though. This Christmas Attucks team is not only one of the best teams, the number 1 team in this tournament, but they are a great team as far as the state of Indiana high school basketball goes.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame show, Brent. They have 3 losses. Those 3 teams are currently ranked 1, 3, and 4 in 4A.
Yep.
Lawrence North, Lawrence Central, and Brownsburg.
Spin move in the lane, and you know what? I have been extremely impressed with both the freshman, Kushan Ware, and Jalen Carson.
And then Brock Buckley misses the shot, and down with the rebound is McMahon.
Now Sincere McMahon dumps it down to the freshman, too strong. Grabs the rebound, tips it around, and battle for it. And jump ball.
Covenant's definitely not going to give up, that's for sure.
No. 3:34 remaining. Sure, checks back in. Fulbright will come out.
Yeah, coach is definitely right. You can see these guys that are just exhausted.
Full timeout is taken. We're going to step aside with them. A 20-point advantage for Attucks. They can taste the championship on Monday night.
Oh. 11 points for Carson.
Our family has been very happy working with Wallflower Pictures.
Because they make sure that I get the acting skills that I need in this industry and the education that I need.
Wallflower Pictures supports UV's journey in the industry. They're very passionate about his growth, and they're very professional and attentive to our needs.
And I truly believe in the projects I've worked on, like For the Boys and The Walk.
We love working with Wallflower Pictures.
YouTube, subscribe. YouTube, subscribe. Indiana SRN on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the little bell button you said to get alerts.
Notifications, yeah.
Notifications. So hit subscribe button. YouTube.
We've subscribed.
Indiana SRN.
That logarithm, man, it'll end up in your recommended, and there you go. You're good to go.
You know what? The family of networks has been on fire this season. And fuego, as we like to say.
Thanks to our President and CEO, Jerry Collins, and our Vice President, Keith Myers. They have been unbelievable behind the scenes.
And the social media extraordinaire.
They're decent with social media.
It's a ghost. We aren't going to let anyone know who it is.
Oh, yeah. We're ghosting.
Covenant. Trey Flat. There we go.
Is it the greatest comeback we've ever seen?
It would be a miracle, but it's something that, I don't know, could maybe happen. Not as that. Schurig again. Picks it out. Flat again. Rebound tipped around, and it's going to be back to Attucks, and that is the backbreaker. Let's take a look at the three-pointer by Trey Flat.
You get that open and get a good look, man. Knock that bad boy down.
Full court press.
So fast.
He is very quick. Tries to find McMahon down low. Step back three, Schurig. No.
Oh, Hedrick wanted to do a little put back throw down there.
A little yam. Stepping into the three is missed. McMahon will bring it back out. 2 minutes remain. Remember, stick around for game 2. Jimmy Cook and Keith Myers on the call. Cathedral versus Chatard. Sounds pretty familiar to me.
Yeah, not only a semifinal game, but a rivalry game.
Big time rivalry game. The Pinnacle, as we like to call it.
Yeah, you like to call it.
The Pinnacle. I will get one more Pinnacle in, and then we will hand it off to Jimmy Cook and Keith Myers. But the foul is called. It's going to send Schurig to the line. Oh, no, pardon me. Buckley to the line. And Buckley only missed one still for the entire season.
That's correct. Buckley has 7 on the night after 27 and 13 against Tech.
Buckley continues the success at the free throw line, Sean.
Hey, if you can knock him down for the free throw line, that is a huge benefit for your ball club.
2 for 2. No broadcaster jinx on this one.
He's got a nice stroke from the free throw line.
He really does. Sincere McMahon has been sincerely quiet in the second half.
He has.
Until now.
That was definitely one. Hey, just a thought. Brock Buckley, only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. Hedrick, nothing. Chin with it. Little music.
He's got 6 here in the fourth quarter.
Travel.
Huh?
That is the play of Jason Hall. He just comes up out of nowhere, spooks you a little bit.
Yeah. That's what they do.
This will end Covenant Christian's chance at a city championship. Instead, now a quick drive and kick. Schurig, they're not done yet.
Ooh, that's tired shot right there.
Oh, behind the back, a little dipsy-do. Three-pointer, nope. As you mentioned, it's just tired legs and everyone all around, and the freshman Ware, ooh, doesn't get another one. Out of bounds. Back to Covenant. But as we were mentioning, Covenant Christian will drop to 10 and 5 on the season. Technical foul is called on Schurig.
Schurig gets a T, not sure what for.
And he will be fouled out of the game with that.
Guess he was chirping too much.
A technical foul was called on number 31, Cameron Schurig. That is his 5th personal.
So he is fouled out of the ball game. Sincere McMahon at the line. Attucks will improve to 11 and 3. Good looking ball club. They will be a formidable foe in the championship game on Monday night.
Whoever it is against, but I understand how you can be frustrated, but you cannot let it affect you in terms of your mouth, and because they will tee you up.
87 to 67. Looks like a delay. Not sure what the delay is. Okay. 1 minute to replace Schurig, and they used up all of it. First free throw falls through.
That's actually great coaching because it gives your kids a chance to rest. Even though it's 51.9, but
51.9 seconds left. We said this was going to be a high-scoring affair, and it has been. Lay-in, no good for Chin. Gets the miss and sticks it back. 91 points for Attucks. And the freshman Ware.
Are they going to dribble it out, or are they going to keep trying to score?
Up to Chin. Chin will dribble it out. Ware thought about it. McMahon will fire one up and makes it.
Wow. Now they're just trying for 100. 94
to 67. Now it is 94 to 62-69. And Ware will just throw it off of Hedrick.
Covenant's going to sleep well tonight. I don't know what Coach Hawkins does to get his Attucks in these kind of shape to not let the up and down affect him. But man, oh man.
.6 seconds remaining. Hedrick will not add to it.
Oh, Buckley was close.
And another land.
I was kind of worried about a Kansas State finale there.
96-69. Final score here in Game 1 of the City Alliance City Tournament on Indiana SRN. And it will be the Christmas Attucks Tigers advancing to Monday night's championship game. A thrilling affair as the freshman Ware netted it deep. And, of course, a lot of sincerity out of Sincere McMahon.
35-20 was the fourth quarter scoring. Attucks over Covenant Christian.
As we get ready to send it down to Keith Myers, be joined by the winning head coach, Chris Hawkins. Take it away, Keith.
Well, Chris, you are now in the final championship game. Congratulations. Played very, very hard, 96-69.
Yeah, team first quarter came out a little sluggish. Second half, we kind of got pressure defense, made shots. Kushan came off the bench, hit some threes for us. Kids just trusted, passed the ball, and then actually, just played with each other and played a good game.
Sincere played a great game. I'm surprised your freshman, he was 4 for 3 from three-point land. A couple of times I heard you go, no, and then he made the basket. You felt pretty good.
Yeah, with him, it's just if we can get it to him, he gets his feet set, it's automatically you can count it. So with him and Sincere shooting like that, we're a tough out.
I'm sure you're going to stick around and watch Cathedral, Chatard, or are you going to go home?
Nah, we'll stick around and watch a quarter, maybe. Then I'm going to go home and go to sleep.
No, he was going to watch a movie, but his wife decided to stay and watch the game. This guy's a good guy. You're part of the Indiana SRN Family and Networks. Thank you very much. It could be a Family and Networks Final Four. Could be fine.
Sure could be. I'll see you Monday.
All right. Thanks, Chris. We'll be back. Up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Keith. Just a quick wrap-up of tonight's game. We mentioned the high-scoring affair that is going to be Christmas Attucks. It was amazing.
95 points. I mean, you look at second quarter 34 points, fourth quarter 35 points. That's pretty good.
Really, really good. Give us just some quick stats, rundown, just points for both sides.
All right, Flat 14, Maudlin 5, Lomax 3, Fulbright 5, Hedrick 17, Shurg 15, Buckley 10 for 69. Attucks, Hall 6, Barnett 2, Tansmore 7, Chin 16, Carson 14, Ware 23, McMahon 30.
Woo. 30 to lead all scorers. We talked about him in the pregame, and he was fantastic tonight. They will move on to Monday night championship game of the City Alliance Tournament here on Indiana SRN. They will play the winner of Game 2. Jimmy Cook and Keith Myers will be on the call for that one. It is Cathedral, the pinnacle.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
In between games, as Cathedral and Chatard are warming up, Jimmy Cook and myself will have the next game for us. But look who I found, Jerry, longtime friend of Greg Piper with us. And I don't even know why you're here other than Cathedral's in this semifinals again.
I'm here because I love basketball. And I want to see a bunch of old friends like Coach Roseman over here.
I tell you what, Cathedral's been here 4 years in a row. They've won it 3 years in a row. Are they the team to beat? Because Attucks looks really, really good game number one.
Hey, Chris has always got those kids playing well over at Attucks. But Cathedral, I was impressed the way they're playing right now. They're very hard-nosed. Their defense is impeccable.
Covenant Christian played very, very well for a 2A school to hang that well. You know, Attucks has only lost 3 games, and they've all been ranked teams. I thought Covenant Christian had a good show for the semifinals.
They did. Scott does a great job over there. And I'll tell you right now, they're going to be a tough out when it comes sectional time.
2A foe is Covenant Christian, and I tell you what, we watched the game together. You were pretty impressed with Covenant Christian, but Attucks just kept going and going and going.
I tell you what, Attucks has those motors with Sincere, and I tell you what, that second quarter was the difference. I mean, at Covenant, it was a close first quarter, but then in the second quarter, Attucks came out firing, and that was the difference of this game.
You know, one thing I love about this week is everybody shows their rings. He's got a state championship ring he shows off. He's got a state championship ring, and I just don't know why they don't get me one for Christmas. Okay, this matchup, Coach, you played both of these teams. What do you got to do?
Well, here it's kind of odd tonight. It's kind of awkward. I'm a Cathedral grad, love my school, but a chance to see my son play at Bishop Chatard tonight is the best feeling in the world. And to sneak down here and be front row to see him up close and personal, I want to give Chatard a shout out. They haven't been here in 10 years, so wishing them the best. And also I want to give a shout out to my wife because I'd be remiss if I don't give her all the love. So I'm going with Chatard tonight.
I tell you what, because he got a media pass because he's doing a pregame show, that's why he likes it, and he likes the hospitality room. Who do you think's going to win it?
I just said I'm going to go with Chatard. If Chatard can handle the pressure, make some early shots, and get up early, and I think Chatard's going to sneak up on him. Don't sleep on Chatard.
Okay, I know what you're going to do. Who are you going to play? Who are you going to beat?
Oh, it's going to be Cathedral for sure. They've got it really what's going on. Like I said, they're going to be a real tough out in the sectional too. But I'll tell you right now, for this. Wow. I mean, I think they got the horses to make it happen.
Okay, you guys both have to promise me Monday night you got to come for the Prairie Champions. You got to do this again because somebody's going to eat crow tonight.
I'll be here.
All right. We'll bring it back up to Jerry, and Jimmy and I will have the pregame for you in just a couple of minutes.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Indiana High School Basketball here on Indiana SRN. It's the Alliance City Tournament, live from Arsenal Tech High School, semifinal game number 2 between the 10-3 Bishop Chatard Trojans and the 11-2 Cathedral Fighting Irish. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday evening with us. And as I bring the coach into the fray, Coach, these are two parochial rivals that have been absent on each other's schedules the last couple of years. In fact, it's been nearly 4 years since either of these two teams have seen each other on the hardwood. Ironically enough, this year they'll see each other twice, once tonight because of the city tournament bracket, the way things have shaped up in this semifinals, and then again in the latter half of the regular season. But the point about both of these teams is this: they both scored the ball at a high rate, though historically speaking, Cathedral has run Chatard out of the gym when the series was active. Again, a 4-year absence coming into this season.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this is probably the best rivalry in the city of Indianapolis. These two teams know each other. They played each other in every single sport. It's a great rivalry, and I'm glad we're part of it. 1929 was the first time they had a City Alliance championship game. Tech beat Shortridge 32-12. Our own Jerry Collins played for the Shortridge Blue Devils at that time. It is amazing to me how the tournament has evolved into the 2000s and now to 2020. And, it's just kind of cool if you look at the last time an IBS team won this thing was probably Washington. It's just a great type of thing, and I don't know, this is the first time I know that you've been probably to Arsenal Tech in a long, long time, Jimmy, but the history in this building is fantastic, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the last time that I was in this building would have been back in 2013, around January of 13. It would have been a Ron Colley sectional round. They actually beat Cathedral in overtime. A young man by the name of Bradley Fay hits a 3 at the top to force overtime in that game. But you're exactly right, Coach. The environment here, it's such a unique gym where the fans are almost kind of on top of you like you'd see at Assembly Hall at the college level or Cameron Indoor at the college level, is also where it's almost suffocating if you're on the floor because of how close all the excitement and the fans, the adrenaline are, and that is amplified in tournament settings. I mentioned the sectional game that I was a part of 6 years ago. This city tournament has that same vibe. We kind of joked about it before we went on the air. Alumni that maybe haven't been around the program in a number of years, when they know there's an opportunity to capture a city crown, obviously that's Monday night, but to advance to a city championship game, everybody starts to come out of the woodwork. They want to be a part of it.
The cool thing is when you go to the when you look at the tournament format, how they used to play Friday then Saturday, and then the City Lions coaches got together and say, look, no one plays on Monday night. Why don't we play Monday night for the championship game? And it used to be on Martin Luther King's Day. They moved it back, moved it up to this week coming up. It's a great atmosphere, and they're exactly right. If you look at Johnny Harrell's website, there might be 5 other games, but I guarantee you people will be tuning in everywhere on Indiana SRN, and this place will be rocking on Monday night, whoever the two teams are. I tell you what, game number 1 had a great game. Attucks dominated, but I tell you what, you got to take your hat off to Little Covenant Christian. They played very, very well, and they didn't stop playing, and they did themselves a great job tonight.
Covenant Christian had game number 1 within 12 going into the fourth quarter. They end up getting bounced by 17, a highly prolific Crispus Attucks attack. They win that 96-69. Does Crispus Attucks? They move on to the championship game on Monday night, and they await the winner of our ball game, which is coming your way very shortly. It's Bishop Chatard, 10-3 on the season against the Cathedral Irish, 11-2 on the year. More after this on Indiana SRN.
Parents, do you like free food? Hike it on over to Prodigy Burger and Bar, where Monday is family night and kids eat free. Every day you can find daily specials featuring craft burgers, tacos, wings, and more. Prodigy is now playing the NFL Sunday Ticket on more than 25 TVs, so you won't miss a second of your favorite teams. Prodigy also caters, hosts private events, as well as dine and donates. Celebrate your school spirit with us at Prodigy Burger and Bar. More than just burgers, located in Clay Terrace in Carmel.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. Want to be a part of every Indiana SRN broadcast? Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com, search Indiana SRN, and click that subscribe button so you never miss a second of the action. A lot of sporting events all across the winter calendar year, not just basketball, but, Coach, there's a lot of events all across the high school spectrum in the works here on Indiana SRN.
I tell you what, we got wrestling coming up. You talk about a fun thing. The other night, we got to do the Cathedral Roncalli wrestling meet. 500-plus people tuned into it, watching it live. It was the best thing I've ever. You turn down the lights, you got the light on the mat. Great atmosphere. And this coming Saturday, we got the sectional of Southport. Jerry Collins and the crew has worked very, very hard to put wrestling as a priority to us. We're looking forward to that. Coaches are looking forward to it. I tell you, I've already got an email saying, when can I tune in? What time are we going to start? It's just a lot of fun. To get emails about wrestling and swimming and golf and lacrosse, we do it all. It's really kind of cool. And you're probably the newcomer of the team. We started with a small group. Now we got all these guys. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to be part of the family.
Wrestling, probably one of the most underrated events in high school sports. So glad that you guys were able to bring that coverage across the state. And you mentioned how this ball game tonight between Cathedral and Chatard is a big rivalry. Well, Cathedral and Roncalli, that have some blood over the years as well. I can only imagine. No doubt the viewership, as you mentioned, was very high for that wrestling meet.
What I don't understand, I didn't see the ring. Also, I got a mat, but I didn't see the ring or the no change. And then Sean McGinley said, it's the other wrestling. All right, so I had to put my WWE belt away.
Didn't kind of put away the ladder?
I was going to do my Hulk Hogan, but what's she going to do? But I couldn't. So
that's the coach, Keith Myers. I'm Jimmy Cook. Thanks again so much for tuning into the Alliance City Tournament semifinals. Game number 2. We mentioned game number 1 wrapping up just about 30 minutes ago. Crispus Attucks takes that 96-69. Taking a look at both of these teams this evening. We already mentioned their records. Chatard 10-3, Cathedral 11-2. A deeper dive between both of these schools. Cathedral comes in ranked 11th overall in the Sagarin ratings, 9th in Class 4A. Meanwhile, Biv Chatard in the top 100, ranked 99th overall, 25th, though, in Class 3A. For both these schools, the last time they were on the floor was in this very City Alliance tournament. Biv Chatard defeated Tindley 83-64, while Cathedral took care of Washington 96-33. On the schedule for both these schools, their opponents' records for Chatard is a combined 97-86. Meanwhile, Cathedrals are 84-71. We mentioned the dominance between Cathedral and Chatard in this series history. Again, it's been almost 4 years since they last took to the hardwood to battle it out. Cathedral has dominated over the last 35 years. They lead that 25-6. And again, the last meeting, December 16, 2016, it was a Cathedral rout, 103-55. As I bring back in the coach for both of these teams, we mentioned that there's a lot of scoring coming off of not only the bench, but in general for each outing that they're on the floor. North of almost 80 points for Cathedral, game right around 75 for Chatard. You got to think defense is going to lock up eventually for one of these teams, but they're scoring it at an incredibly high level.
They are, and you look at the coaches that, we talk about how important the coaches are. Look at the coaches that used to play in the city tournament. Ready? Here's some names for you. How about Jerry Stein, Charlie Moss, Ray Crow, Jerry Oliver, James Stutz, Bill Springer, Ernie Klein, James Thompson, Tom O'Neill, Frank Craig, Howard Renner, Pat Craig, Scotty Hicks, thousands of coaches who have been in this Final Four and has won championships. Boy, those are Hall of Famers, and one of these guys could be following in the steps of those guys tonight.
These are opportunities that you do not get very often as a player or as a head coach. Taylor Ware at Biv Chatard, Jason Delaney at Cathedral. Ware in his first year, Delaney in his fourth. Both would like to add to their team's hardware with a city tournament title.
And how would you like to be Taylor Ware, who took over a program and said, oh, by the way, you just need to get to the city finals. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no pressure.
No,
right?
No, not at all.
We're going to step out for the final time. When we come back, we'll have the tip. It's the City Alliance semifinal, game number 2, Chatard and Cathedral, right after this.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech. Starting lineups being announced for both teams. Let's jump along with that as well. For Biv Chatard Trojans, the designated road team here. Number 0, Noah Carter, a junior at one guard. The other guard position, a junior, number 21, Elliot Kolbus. At the forward position, a senior, number 13, Pat Mastrian. At the other forward position, a sophomore, number 22, Carter St. John. And the leading scorer, for one of the leading scorers, I should say, for Biv Chatard, a senior, number 10, Ed Reese Redmond. Head coach is Taylor Ware in his first season at the helm of Biv Chatard. For Cathedral, at one guard, a junior, 00, Jalen Johnson. A senior, number 3, Grant Taug, the leading scorer for the Cathedral Irish. Another sophomore, then a forward, number 12, Tyshawn Comer. Another forward, the senior, number 13, Ryan Trussler. And the other forward for the Irish, number 33, a senior, Harrison Faig.
Both coaches must have went to their tailor today because they're all in a suit. They're all wearing ties. I told Jason earlier, I said, man, where'd you get that tie? He goes, it's game day.
Gotta have
They gotta wear the tie.
Gotta have your best dressed for the city semifinals. Jason Delaney, 63-22 in his 4th year at Cathedral, 241 and 127 in his 16th season overall. We mentioned Taylor Ware, 10-3 in his first season at Bishop Chatard. Chatard in their traditional blue jerseys, white numerals and lettering, and the blue trim. Cathedral in their home whites, white numerals and lettering, the green trim. The designated home team are the Fighting Irish. Coach, some final thoughts, maybe some keys to the game as Faig and Mooser get ready to jump it up.
If you're Chatard, this is new to you. Relax, breathe, have fun. That's all you got to do is just have fun.
Make that mastery in rather.
If you're Cathedral, blow them out of the gym. Don't give them any hope. But if you're Chatard and it's close, this could be a doozy of a game.
Yeah, you got to keep this as close to the chest as you can in the early goings. If you're the Trojans, they win the tip to start us off. It'll be Noah Carter controlling on the far right side. Carter drives, a lot of contact. They say play on. It's stolen away and then stolen again. So both teams exchange turnovers in the opening possession. Not surprised at the fast-paced look on this man-to-man setup by the Irish defensively.
And they will use help defense a lot. You'll hear them talk. Our court mic will pick up a lot of that talk.
Pass in the far corner. And travel on the dish there to Mastrian.
Second turnover of the night. Oh, my goodness.
Both teams moving at a fast pace. The first time we've really gotten to see Cathedral in their half court, though.
And it took Jason Delaney 30 seconds to take off the suit jacket.
Hey, Sean Comer. They feed inside. That layup trickles off the rim. Put back is good. Faig's there for the bucket. And the Irish draw first blood. A lot of contact up top. They work around it. 3 in the air. That's off the mark. Skying high in for that board was Comer. 3 possessions for the Trojans. No points to show for it. Cathedral. Such a highly prolific offensive attack. No matter if you're showing man or zone, they've shown all year they're just able to go get buckets at will. Foul is called on Carter St. John for Bishop Chatard, his first and the first on the team. Side out of bounds for the Irish. Comer throws it deep into the backcourt. Trussler's there to go grab it.
Both teams playing man-to-man, which is surprising to me, Jimmy.
Trying to use as much of that extra energy and momentum to open the game, perhaps.
You bet. Oh, you left him open.
Wow, you have the fresh legs. That triple falls. Is it a long 2 or is it a 3?
Long 2.
I'll say his foot was on the line. Trussler puts it in. Makes it 4-0. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Irish. It'll stay with Bishop Chatard.
Both teams that played the first game has stayed. This crowd is pretty big.
As you would expect, with it being a off day tomorrow for victorious Christmas Attucks. Want to get a little chance to scout your competition? Why wait for the film? Get a taste right now. No better way to spend a Saturday than watching hoops, whether you just got done with a game yourself or whether you're one of our viewers tuned in tonight. That 3-pointer is short, off the mark by St. John. The Irish will bring up the floor. Trussler gives over to Comer. Comer, the leading scorer on the Irish, comes in averaging just under 17 points per game. Around a screen. A kick, corner 3. Tao. That's long off the back iron. Skying high for that rebound was Carter. He wants to push the 1-on-3. Nice feed inside, a little hesitation, and a score. Bucket is good for Mastrain. And then the Trojans force a turnover. Got the Bam Bams as it's officially labeled by the Pacers. I don't know if that's an NBA trademark or not, but that's what we're going to call them. The balloons that you see the Chatard faithful banging together. Some people find that a nuisance, Coach. Some people are all about it, depending on what NBA circuit you talk to.
My granddaughters do that at my house when they visit. It's Bam Bam, all right. Redmond knocked down the first free throw.
One more upcoming. Fred Reese makes them both. Ties things at 4. early goings of this Alliance City Tournament semifinal. Little Euro layup that's misfired. First to the rebound, though, is Trussler. They'll reset. Johnson, he'll straight away triple. That's long. Board to the Trojans. Irish try to get back on defense, but Carter wants to push. He'll hang off the mark. And the rebound falls right in the hands of Trussler. Beautiful navigation down the lane, and what's the call? Say a blocking foul before the shot. Give that against, I believe, Carter.
These teams are not going to take their time. They're going to run them up and down the floor.
Well, you get a great feel for that by looking at their film, but also looking at the box scores of all their games so far. We're talking about games in the 80s, some in the 90s, on a consistent basis, not one-offs either. Quick feed inside. Johnson a power dribble, and they'll say Brady traveled. We have to mention it at least once a broadcast because it's been a point of emphasis all season long and was mentioned in the officials' meetings in the offseason that whenever you have that gather, once you receive the pass, you need to put it on the deck before you move your pivot foot. They've been so quick to that all season long. Another one right there.
Yeah, I talked to the officials today. If you're both feet set and then you move one or the other, you got to make sure you put the ball on the floor. They're going to call travel.
Baseline floater. Good by Mastrain. He's got 4 of the 6. And it's the first lead of the game for the Trojans, mid-stages of this first quarter.
They've played very well this first 4 minutes.
Jumping a passing lane is Mastrain. One man behind him. It's set back, a rejection with authority by Comer, but the putback is true. And Cathedral and Coach Delaney want a timeout. All the faithful here in what looks like a dominant Chatard crowd. Bam Bams it all. Their largest lead 4.
Yeah, you look at this last play, Jimmy. You cannot coach this. This is great hustle. You're going to go all the way down. Now, I like this block, but there should have been a white jersey falling there. Nice little layup. I like the hustle of Chatard here. Good timeout by Coach Delaney. He's been around a long time. All he's got to do is say one word: hustle.
Get back.
That's all you got to do. Hustle.
Redmond with the putback layup. A lot of contact. Great contest, though, says the officials.
This guy right there, he's coached some state championship. The team he had at Waldron, oh, my goodness.
It's not his first rodeo, not his time being down either. Good timeout to settle momentum. There are a lot of Cathedral faithful in our side of the court, but you can tell that Chatard has shown out so far. Definitely the underdogs. Have not won a game against Cathedral since the 2007-2008 season. That might have been a charge. They say play on. Moe with the basket. Give that to Peter Moe. Off the bench. Makes it a 2-point deficit, but it's back to 4 on that quick layup.
Matthew Swear.
On the drive. That basket's good. Get that one to Johnson. Back to a 2-point game. Drive inside, and now it's a track meet. Noah Carter sneaks in for that one. Lead back to 4. They'll trade in early punches. A lot of body blows, and a rejection that time by Carter.
Here's the last bucket. I mean, this is just pure hustle down the floor.
Little inverted weave there.
Do you not think the bench over at Chatard's excited? Look at it. They have not sat down.
You got muscles flexing. You got players jumping out of their seats. This means a lot to those young men on the bench, but also the Chatard community. Not every day you get a chance to make it to a city tournament final. Jordan.
Oh, he got away with it.
Gives to Brady. Might have picked it up and put it back down. Brady hangs and scores. Woo! A tough shot.
Silk.
Up the floor on the steal and a foul. So we'll have free throws upcoming. Jordan at the line. First one up and in. Active hands lead to that drive by the Irish. Chance to settle things a bit. Trying to tie us back up at 12. Pure on both. Big time free throws there for the sophomore in Camden Jordan. Just over 2.5 to go in this first quarter, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Comer.
Cathedral foul number 12, Tayshawn Comer. That is his first personal, team foul number 2. Substitute to the line.
First for him, second on the team. I'll give Comer a little bit of a breather. They wait for the inbound by the Trojans. Pressure being applied by Trussler. Ball on the deck, and the Trojans try to sort things out. Mastrain kicks. Woods. Catch and shoot. Triple. Off the mark. Skying high for that board was Brady. And they'll push ahead. It's a high skip pass in the corner. Somehow gathered by Trussler. They force the issue there, and active hands lead to the turnover by Bishop Chatard.
And that's a smart play of slowing it down and resetting your offense.
Doesn't need to be a track meet every possession. Let your half-court sets get some, but that time it's a turnover. Read well by Trussler. Looked like a safety, or perhaps a corner and man coverage there, intercepting that one. On the drive, he's fouled, head to the line. So both teams, great communication on defensive end, coach, staying active. Sure, there's a little bit of sloppy play on the offensive side, but each of these teams willing to hunker down when it's called for.
And you have enough fouls. You got enough players on both these teams. You can go pretty deep.
Mo, the trigger man. And they'll call a hand check on the feed inside. That's going to go against Solomon.
You think Solomon would be a good tight end, don't you? Big boy.
Got the build for it. We joked about this when we last saw Chatard. I mean, there's been,
my goodness,
over the years, many a Chatard player that's been converted from the football field over to the hardwood. Spinning inside and scoring is Mo. He's got 4. Cathedral with a 2-point lead. Back and forth we go in this first quarter. Chatard looking for a little more consistency on the offensive end. And there's another turnover. Foul away from the hoop. It was on Trussler's drive as he passed half court. I'll call that against Kelly Woods, his first. The 6th on the team. When he fouls the rest of the way, leads the free throws. 1:30 to go in this first quarter. Both these teams, coach, still trying to figure each other out. They've tried fast-paced attacks and they've tried slow half-court play, but still within arm's reach for both of them.
Yeah, the half-court.
Low inside, he's fouled.
Half-court really benefits Cathedral here.
When we talk about the size of a big fellow like Solomon, but a lot of that is, down low in the trenches. The wingspan, the length, the advantage is going to go to Cathedral due to a lot of their size, like Peter Moe, who's at the charity stripe right now. Just throw it over to the big fella.
Yep. Moe with 5 points already tonight.
The lead is 3. Both free throws true. Lead is 4, matches the largest of the game for the Irish, and the largest of the game for either team. Carter, pressured by Mastrain, and the Trojans want a timeout to kind of sort things over. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 1:01 left to go in this first quarter. 4-point lead Coach, how have you liked what you've seen so far from both sides of the floor for Chatard and Cathedral?
You know, Cathedral came out, punched him in the face. They did a nice job bouncing back, got a 4-point lead. Then they went away with a couple things. I'm pretty impressed. Chatard cannot panic at this point. You're in the ball game, 4-point lead. You're playing very, very well. So I'm very impressed with both of these teams. So impressed that this is a pretty smart timeout, because now you got a minute. You're telling your team, let's play this minute strong, see where we are at the end of the one. If they're within 2 to 3 points, they got to count that as a victory, because a lot of people thought Cathedral was going to blow them out of the gym tonight.
Yeah, many projections across the state showed this being a big-time Cathedral win. Not that that still couldn't be in play, but you're exactly right. Panicking in a situation like this never leads to good things. Chatard very well aware of that. That's a triple that's wide of the mark, and the board cleared by Brady. Final 45 seconds of this quarter. A 4-point lead in hand, trying to build on their largest lead of the night. Trussler. Feed inside. Working. Turning. Mo, not that time. Second chance, yes.
He's come off the bench and played very well. I got him for 8 points so far.
The lead is 6. An aggressive drive down the lane leads to some contact. And it'll send Redmond to the charity stripe.
You know, this is the only games we got on the network. Southport's playing Terre Haute North at Terre Haute North at the end of 11-10. Central Christian is playing Park Tudor at Park Tudor 25-15 at halftime. So a lot of games on Indiana SRN. Thanks for joining us tonight.
As is always on the Indiana SRN family of networks, Redmond knocks down the first free throw. He'll have one more.
You know, if you like basketball next week, I think we have 17 games. I don't think we'll ever go home, Jimmy.
No, we may as well be sleeping in the gyms because
we are booked city.
Exactly. Both free throws good by Redmond. It's a 4-point deficit. For those of you new to the sport of Indiana high school basketball, of course, no shot clocks in the IHSAA. So at any time you can choose to hold for as long as you'd like. But right now, Cathedral likely holding for one in the final 10 seconds. Down the lane, adjust, a lot of contact. They say play on. Chatard with a chance before the end of quarter. 3, short, put back, no. Final seconds, got it. Catch and shoot by Redmond, and it's a 2-point game at the end of one. Cathedral still leads 18-16, but Chatard making a lot of noise in this Alliance City Tournament semifinal. We'll be back after this on Indiana SRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. Let's take one more look at that shot before the buzzer. That one just great presence of mind off that first missed shot. A big board inside. It falls right into the basket of Redmond. Catch and release. Puts it down. 2-point game. Not a bad way to end a very exciting first quarter, Coach.
Got to turn on my mic. I'm kind of excited.
Got us both a little bit rattled.
You know, there's a lot of coaches here tonight, watching this game. This is a big-time game tonight.
As we would expect, the hottest ticket in Central Indiana.
You bet.
This Alliance City Tournament. So many great historic names come through this event.
How about the last 2 weeks? You had the Girls City Tournament last weekend, had the County Tournament the last weekend, and then you got the City this weekend.
What a time to be a basketball fan in Indiana. That triple by Taug is short, and the board controlled and taken by Carter. Drive and kick by the Trojans. Still a man-to-man look by Cathedral. That's a tough hanging shot that's off the left side of the iron. The board is taken by Comer. He wants to push down the lane, and it's set into the bleachers. No foul. Did he just throw it away? I'm going to say he did. That wasn't tipped. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, he felt contact, and I think he thought he was going to get a foul call, and they passed on it.
I'm pretty surprised there wasn't anything there, as I'm sure Coach Delaney and his staff are.
Well, they passed on a lot of fouls this quarter.
They did. No doubt about that. Speaking of foul numbers, Chatard trailing by 2. I'll call a travel. That might be a makeup call.
You think so?
Could be.
Yeah.
And we look at the foul numbers. Chatard with 7 personals already committed, so any fouls the rest of the way leads to free throws for the Irish. Only 3 team fouls committed by Cathedral. They've committed plenty of turnovers, though, as there's one right there. Redmond pushed it up ahead.
Oh, what a
John
move!
Gets it to go. Fancy moves, and we're tied at 18.
Second tie of the night.
Something we're going to keep an eye on as this game develops. Taug passed up on the triple. He tries to drive the lane. Wild shot. That's an air ball. Might have been over the back there on Mo. Instead, they'll just say he lost it out of bounds.
I tell you what, Chatard is playing really aggressive. The officials are letting him play aggressive. So if that's not going to call a foul, you just continue to play until they call fouls on you.
At some point, your message with Coach Delaney has to be, look, you got to play through this. Contact isn't coming. They're not bailing you out right now.
Good call, Jimmy. That's a great call.
Feed on the corner. They'll kick. Mastrian triple. That's short. Board taken and controlled by Taug. As a steal. Mastrian one-on-one. Reverse. No. But he's going to gather the rebound. They'll reset. A risky pass.
Cathedral is not getting any loose balls.
The 50-50 balls are all being won. There's another one right there. They thought about a triple, and now they'll reset. Down the lane. Not that time, and it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Irish. So another 50-50 ball goes to Chatard. That's at least the 4th on this possession alone, Coach.
And you see Coach Delaney just with his hands up. Boys, we got to go after the ball. We got to go after the 50-50.
This is how upsets are sprung. Skip on the outside. There's a triple. That one's long, but another 50-50 ball won by the Trojans. They're 5th unofficially on this possession. It won't lead to a basket there, and finally, the Irish are able to grab one as Johnson secures it.
Chatard missed 6 shots that court down.
That's a tough one. Johnson to the rim, lays it up and in. The junior gets into the scorebook. Lead back to the Irish by 2. Carter, nice fancy move, and he's fouled. Take another look at that fast-paced attack. A little give-and-go action by the Irish.
They spread the floor well and run the floor well.
Got to be very active with your communication on transition defense. Trojans lacking on that possession. They can tie it here as Carter to the line, and that one's short.
You know, Chatard has to look at it themselves and say, it took us forever to get a shot down there, and we couldn't score. Cathedral comes down the floor, runs the floor, and gets a layup.
Last thing you want, especially in a tight one like this. Splits the pair, so you're at least somewhat content with that if you're the Trojans. With that, they'll sub out Carter. And Elliot Kolbus, the junior, subs in. Approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. Almost a carry there against Brady. Trussler controls. Johnson thought about a 3. Kicks. Trussler just inside the volleyball line. That's off the mark. And the rebound secured once again by the Trojans. Totally out-hustling them with the 50-50 balls. And a loose ball foul against Cathedral. Yeah, Coach Delaney has got to be beside himself. The way that these 50-50 balls and extra effort has been won almost easily by Chatard. Mastrain down the lane, sent back on the help side defense by Brady.
You know, Chatard, though, is not playing scared, not playing timid, attacking the basket. They're making the officials blow the whistle.
And on the other side of things, Cathedral kind of looking for those whistles. They haven't come. That's a triple with a little bit of contact. They say it was clean. Give that one to Redmond. On the other end, going at a frenetic pace up the lane that time was Camden Jordan. I believe he's going to be fouled before the shot. Maybe not. Maybe this is going to be in the act. It is. They'll say he turned the Jets to get to the rim there. And Camden Jordan will head to the charity stripe to try to tie us once again. Makes it a 1-point game. Coach, anything jumping out at you aside from the effort that Chatard has given on those 50-50 balls and really being aggressive whenever anything hits the deck? Anything surprised you so far, what you've seen from these two teams?
No, Chatard is playing like their coach. Their coach is that aggressive. Their coach is that has that much enthusiasm. I mean, the guy runs a basketball camp. He does a great job. It doesn't matter. You know, they're playing with their heart.
First carry I've seen called this season. The guilty party that time was Ed Reese Redmond.
But I will tell you this. If you ask anybody in the gym on this side of the court, say it was going to be 22-22 with 4:25 left in the second half, they would tell you you were a liar.
Not only anybody in the gym, but any of the people that, the experts that follow high school basketball so closely.
I think Johnny Harrell had this like a 25-point game.
He did, and I wasn't necessarily going to mention that, but John Harrell was one of the ones. A lot of our stats and all the hard work that he does make these Indiana SRN broadcasts and all broadcasts across the state better, but he did. He was one of the folks that had this game projected as a deep. I know it was double figures. I don't remember if it was exactly 25, but it was a double-figure win for Cathedral was the projection, at least what the metrics showed. Fast break opportunity. No and one, though, but it'll send Johnson to the charity stripe.
And the difference here, Jimmy, is Cathedral is not getting the three-point play. They're missing the layup. They got the steal, but they're not finishing. Now they have to, be happy with just two free throws.
The John Harrell projection was 16.
Okay.
So it was close. I mean, that's still, like we mentioned, double figures was the projection there. First free throw off the mark. One more for Johnson.
The advantage of being the number one seed is you don't have to play until Monday with the busy, but that day of rest is going to help both of these teams, whoever that is.
Always nice to have a little bit of a breathing period to regather your thoughts.
He traveled.
Travel there on the far corner by Andre Long, the junior, checking in during those free throws. Deron Tibbs, the freshman for Cathedral, into the game during that brief stoppage. 3:45 to go in this first half. All knotted up at 22. The winner gets Christmas Attucks on Monday night for the city title. That layup made and good. An answer. No, it's sent back with authority by Brady, but it went out of bounds off the rejection, so it'll stay on this end. Long, the junior, will be the trigger man. Quickly gets it into Redmond. Been carrying the way along with Mastrain for Chatard to this point. Mastrain getting some rest on the bench. St. John hanging, might have traveled.
Yeah,
he did. Took one skip too many.
They let that go in CYO basketball.
Sometimes. Depends.
That was my patent move. You kidding me? Come on.
Depends which officiating crew you draw.
Well, if your dad's refereeing, he ain't going to get no foul.
That's a fair point.
Hey, while we got time, congratulations to our buddy Ron Hecklinski. Got his 400th victory last night. He had cake and everything else, Coach. Thank you so much. We're glad. Congratulations to you.
That's awesome. That is spectacular.
He's got 300 more than I do, Jimmy.
He's got 400 more than me. On the drive. Shot won't go. The rebound, though, again, it's Moe. Peter Moe doing work. He's got 10 now. Advantage is 4, matches the largest lead of the game for the Irish. Long gives to Redmond, pressured by Brady, and he was stripped on the way up, and the Irish are off to the races. Little Euro, that's a charge. Going the other way. Took it the whole way there, did Andre Long. Saw it coming a mile away. Pinched the tent, was ready for the charge.
I tell you what, if you're a young player and you want some playing time and you want to play for me, you take that hit. Boy, you're going to play a lot of minutes.
And he's getting subbed out now, but huge minutes there by Long. None greater than the charge he just took.
How about our camera guy? Gets a good shot. Good job, Bells.
Our whole crew tonight. Props to you. Double duty for them. Chatard trying to cut into this one, and there's another travel.
Well, he's consistent. He made the same call twice. Look at Coach is working hard. I'm telling you, folks.
Both jackets might be off. Coach Delaney already has his off, but might be following suit there. Will Taylor Ware by halftime. Irish have led by as many as 4, their current margin right now, trying to add to that. Jordan wanted to go baseline. Instead, gives to Comer. He wants to clear out. They feed inside to Mo. He's doubled. And a steal and a timeout by the Trojans. Heady play by the Bishop Chatard defense. Is it a full or a 30? Let's see. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Once again, it's the 50-50 balls, and the first to the deck, the boys in blue.
You know, you're going to win a lot of ball games that way, Jimmy. That's the aggressiveness if you want to play. You want to play hard all the time. Let's take a look at our calendar for next week. Are you ready for some games? Monday night is the final. Game time is at 7:30. We'll go on to Prelay for Champions at 7. Also on Thursday, the 30th, girls basketball action back. Rushville at Heritage Christian. Southwestern of Shelby at Greenwood Christian. That is a webcast game. On the 31st, Lafayette Central Catholic and Guerin. Lafayette Central Catholic at 7:30 with the boys doubleheader. Bethesda and Covenant Christian 8 o'clock game. And Covenant Christian, Providence Christian Ray, a 6:30 game. A boy-girl doubleheader reversed. And, of course, Columbus North is at Southport. That, too, may be a webcast. Check out our website for all the games on Indiana SRN.
A full slate of games across the Indiana SRN family of networks. We hope you'll be a part of it just as you have tonight. They'll call an illegal screen against the Trojans. The Trojans. That'll be called on Tim McNeil's. Tough foul there for the Trojans as the Irish look to build on this lead before halftime. They feed inside on the high post to Mo. Hands to Comer. Tough shot. Tried to use glass. Mo the easy board. Power dribble. No. Rebound tapped out. Might have been a foul on the Trojans. They let them play on. Really giving them physicalities, freedom. Down low. Another Trojan to the deck for that loose ball. Floater down the lane by the Irish. Second chance. That one will be a foul.
That's where height can kill you. Right there, folks. 4 or 5 attempts.
You knew eventually you were going to get one when you're down amongst the trees. And that time, it's Jerron Tibbs fighting for that extra rebound. Now heading to the line for 2 free ones. That one off the mark. Margin stays at 4.
You know, you look at the free throw, the way he finished flat-footed. Again, you got to be on your balls and your feet, and you got to follow through. You cannot short-arm free throws. And that might just because you might be a little tired and winded coming down and off the floor.
It's been a frenetic pace so far in this first half. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But Tibbs has come off the bench tonight. Splits the pair. Pushes the Irish lead to 5 with $1:35 to go in this first half. Pass inside, a little bit of contact, adjusting and one. Noah Carter, a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Did you see what he did? He just creeped in between the Giants.
Can't be afraid to do a little bit of a head fake like Carter did there. Absorbs the contact and can make it a three-point play with the free throw upcoming.
And he's looking at his arms and saying, is it scratched? Is it beat up?
Maybe it was one of those, did I do that? Maybe he was looking to see his weapons on either forearm. Can't get the free throw to go. Moe's there for the board, and it's going to be a loose ball foul called against the Trojans. Too much contact there by Semler. Let's take one more look at that and-one drive.
I mean, there's big guys right there. Finished it. Nice job.
Was not afraid of the contact applied by Tibbs. Bad news for the Trojans right now is that foul, and we mentioned any fouls moving forward in this half leads to free throws. It's 2 shots as they're in the double bonus. First one good by Moe. He continues his dominance in this first half. Give him 12 points. Make the lead back to 5.
And that's all coming off the bench, Jimmy. That's bench points.
Reinforcement points at a big time. Redmond the drive, sent back by Moe. And a rebound, Johnson. Do they reward the big fella? They do. He turns, and he scores.
Ran the floor really well.
Peter Moe makes it the largest lead of the night for the Irish at 7. The Trojans got to maintain their composure. That almost another rejection from behind. They'll kick it out. Redmond straight away. Long, and the board falls to the Irish. Trussler will back it up and then cross the timeline with under a minute to go.
You might want to just wait one shot. Well, no, he's going to go right to the hoop.
And now the Irish know that the Trojans are a little out of position. They know the whistles are starting to come in more frequency because their speed is just too quick right now. I'm with you. Maybe you do hold for one there, but if you see a mismatch, you smell blood in the water, you got to go after it.
Yep, good job.
Foul go against Matthew Semler. His second. That free throw is good. One more for Brady, as even though it's only an 8-point game, could be a 9-point game after the free throw. This one's starting to break open a little bit. Trojans got to maintain their composure. Both are indeed made. Lead is 9. The Trojans just play for one here. They look for their best opportunity.
I think you go for your best opportunity.
Roseman. That tough shot is misfired by St. John. And now will the Irish just sit for one with the lead in hand. Trussler.
They're going to go to the 4 corners.
Not a bad look. Good eye, coach. 3 seconds. Trussler, they're going to run out of time. They don't get a shot up. Brady kicks at the horn. That extra pass was just too much. No, a foul is called. Oh, my. Well, you play that solid defensively for the entire length of the clock there, and now they're going to wave it off.
That is a huge break, because that could be number 3, but he's waving it off.
And not only that, but that makes it a potentially, a 9-point game right now to a double-figure deficit. The Trojans dodge one there. At the halftime break, the Cathedral Irish on top of the Bishop Chatard Trojans, 33-24. Stay with us. We'll have second half action after this. A trip to the city tournament final on the line on Indiana SRN.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. Never miss a second of the Indiana SRN action. Go to youtube.com, search Indiana SRN, and hit subscribe on our YouTube page to be a part of all of our contests across the winter, fall, and spring sports on Indiana SRN. 33-24, the halftime score. Both teams in their respective locker rooms getting things readjusted as we kind of readjust things here in our first segment of halftime. Coach, this one was back and forth, and at one point in time we were deadlocked at 22. After that, the Irish go on an 11-2 extended run and lead it 33-24 at the break.
You know, a lot of people are surprised probably at this score. I'm a little bit surprised, Jimmy, but I tell you what, Chatard came out. They handled the pressure. They were down by 6 at one time, came back, jumped up to a 4-point lead. The Cathedral just willed herself, and I think they got a little bit more aggressive. The timeout Jason Delaney called probably told him one thing. You got to hustle, and then you got to have determination because they think they can beat you. That's all you have to take, the number 2 team, and say, okay, they're not going to beat us, coach. And since that point, they played really, really hard. Chatard's got a couple of runs left on them. We'll see what they can do. They got to really cut this within 3 early, I think, in the third quarter.
I would say the biggest surprise is how the game went. Going into this ball game, the way things were projected, this margin right now doesn't surprise me. But the fact that Cathedral was on the ropes for so much of that first half, but Chatard played with them blow for blow. They were first to 50-50 balls. They were playing clean defense. The fact that it expanded so quickly does surprise me a little bit because of how mentally tough and physically strong Chatard was for the first 13 minutes of that first half.
You're right. Sometimes it's just the adrenaline. You know, you're in a big game. You had your walkthrough. I tell you what, everybody that was wearing blue over there in that student section was probably at the school cheering them on to come and get ready to play this game. It's really kind of cool. Hey, don't forget to join us on Monday. Monday is the finals. Jimmy Cook, Sean Corral will have the call for you. I'll be down on the floor. Prelude to Champions start at 7 o'clock. Championship game at 7:30 right here on Indiana SRN.
We're going to step out. When we come back, we'll have a look inside Cathedral High School and then the tip of our second half of play. Cathedral on top of Bishop Chatard, 33-24 in the city tournament semifinal on Indiana SRN.
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Welcome back to the Alliance City Tournament semifinal, game number 2 here at Arsenal Tech High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Saturday evening. Just a few minutes away from the start of the second half. It's a 9-point advantage for the Cathedral Irish over the Bishop Chatard Trojans, 33-24 your score. Coach, this looked like it was going to be a bank-for-bank, pound-for-pound fight that was going to be right down to the wire. Not to say that couldn't happen, but the Irish really turn it on over those final 4.5 minutes, open this up to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, you expected Cathedral Irish to make a nice little run. They did that. That's made them the champions they've been the last couple of years. I'll tell you what, it's not over with. I really believe that Chatard has a really good, strong finish here. While we have some time, Jimmy, you know, a lot of things go on behind the scenes at Indiana SRN, and we got to take our hats off to our production team. They got here probably this afternoon around 1 o'clock. They set up everything up. It's led by our good CEO guy, Jerry Collins. Riley's here. Josh is here. I don't know what the other cameraman is. I think he's Stick Man is what they call him. But I tell you what, they've done a nice job the whole entire night. And they'll be back on Monday. They'll tear everything down, folks. They rebuild everything. Hats off to those guys. And if you would like to thank them, send us an email at coach@indianasrn.org. This is our second year doing this on webcast, and our production team is by far the best in the business.
Yeah, hats off to them. And while you send that thank you email, if you perhaps think, you know, how could I continue to enhance and give them more resources, you can offer up something at coach@indianasrn.org.
Yeah, we'd be happy to have a check for $1,000 if you want to do that. Sectionals are coming. Coach@indianasrn, if you love what you see, every dollar you give to us, we throw right back into production and put the kids on TV. That's exactly what we do.
Speaking of the kids on TV, a look right now at the Bishop Chatard huddle. Coach, it's been nearly 12 seasons since the last time the Trojans knocked off the Irish on the hardwood. Granted, there's been about a 4-year absence in the series history between these two schools, but that's got to be in the minds of some of the faithful around right now. For the young men in that huddle, it's an opportunity that you don't want to squander, a chance to move on to the city tournament title game.
I guarantee you the 15 guys that are wearing blue jerseys tonight thinks they can still win this ball game because their coach believes in them, they believe in themselves, and the jacket has come off, Jimmy. So I think he's going to be ready for another second half.
I told you. I expected that to be the case for Coach Weyer. Kid gloves are off. 16 minutes.
Look at the student section at Bishop Chatard. I mean, those kids are pumped. They are ready. They are fired up.
Good draw all around for the Trojans.
There's nobody sitting.
They're able to get it in. It'll be a standing room only affair, no doubt, down the stretch. These final 16 minutes of play. Bishop Chatard, mentioned, starts with the basketball. Ed Reese Redmond led all scores for the Trojans with 12. He controls on the far right side. Pittham's dribble in a bad spot. Needs some help. Might get 5 seconds closely guarded. Instead, it's a turnover. But Brady turns it right back over the same way that the first half started. Turnovers by both teams. Triple won't go, and the rebound controlled and taken by the Irish. They'll push it ahead. Brady stripped on the way up. Got his own loose ball, though. Look at the pump fake. Comer, 3, no. Board secured. Redmond has it.
I think they rushed the shot there. Got to go inside. That's where you were successful.
Redmond, a nice Euro, and he had it knocked away by Brady. Wanted some contact there. Did not get it. You mentioned the shot rushed on that end, Coach. Almost, not quite in terms of the same plays called or the same decisions made, but a very fast-paced and sloppy start to this second half, just like we saw to open the game.
Yes, sir.
Trojans got to get it in. Brady able to pick it off. The inbound to open the half and that inbound right there, both very sloppy by the Trojans, but they've been bailed out by nice defensive efforts of their own.
How many can you give away without coming with a basket?
Carter feeds right side on the drive. The basket is good that time by Sam Ritchie. No points for him in the first half. He's in the scorebook. Lead down to 7. Catch and shoot triple for the Irish. That's an air ball.
Got a piece of it.
Maybe a door open somewhere, but then a pocket pick from behind. That time it's Taug. They feed him, and that one was too much. Both these teams wanting to run each other out of the gym, but they're doing it sloppily. And in fact, that ball that was flipped up by Taug went all the way into the upper deck.
Yeah, might be able to keep that ball if it comes in the stands.
So those may be off with the sizing of Arsenal Tech. Upper deck is equivalent to, the lower level at an NBA arena or a college arena, but still.
Exactly right.
He wasn't throwing it into section 420. Let's be clear about that.
Good defense.
And a turnover once again. Trussler all by himself lays it up and in with a finger roll. And the Trojans have seen enough. A full timeout. We'll take one as well. 35-26, lead back to 9 for the Irish.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. Early goings, not even 2 minutes into this second half. Irish lead back to 9. A fast-paced affair as it was in the early goings of the first half. Coach led to a lot of turnovers, but as the dust is cleared, that Irish lead is still nearing double figures. Chatard very much in this, but they've got to play a little more focused, a little more deliberate with the basketball.
You got to be deliberate, and then you got to finish. You got to go to the hoop, and you got to finish.
Out of the full timeout, the Trojans will have the basketball. Been lazy with some of those passes, Coach. I mean, credit the Irish defense, but some of this, especially on inbound, you just did not see in that first half by Chatard.
Wow.
A lot of contact. Carter will reset things. Bounce feed inside. Basket good. Give that one to Semler. He's got 4 on the night. Lead down to 7. Irish, beautiful ball movement. They did not settle. Instead, it's a mid-range. That one's off the mark. Active hands everywhere. Board secured and taken by Sam Ritchie. Whoa! Taug collided with the official there. Everybody's okay. It'll be a foul against the Irish.
I'll tell you
Cut
what.
with his third personal.
That official took a nice hit, and he still kept his feet.
He stood his ground. That was nice.
That was me, Jimmy. You still be picking me up.
Trojans will walk it up. That deficit sits at 7. Strain kicks right side 3. Got it. Nothing but nylon for Sam Ritchie. How about this? 5 points off the bench in the second half. The lead is 4. Other end, a drive and a blocking foul. Forcing the issue that time was Vincent Brady. One more look, though. Ritchie off the bench.
Might have got away with the travel, but that is just pure.
Mastrate on the drive.
Yes.
Might have shuffled the feet, yeah. Brady, first one is good. Well, the Trojans so far executing the game plan. Being deliberate with their possessions. Trying to grind it out on the defensive end. Mastrane will take a seat for the Trojans. McNeilis in off the bench. One more for Brady. That one is good as well. 6-point game. Nearly 3 minutes into this second half. Carter kicks. Ritchie thought about another triple, but now he's contested heavily by Brady. Great separation. Almost knocked that in on the rebound taken by Moe. Maybe a heat check there for the young man. Irish look to push. Trushler. Down the lane. Layup is good. Comer gets to go down. Lead back to 8. Trojans can't afford to go on big droughts like this, Coach.
Nope. Can't panic.
Carter crossed over, and they'll... 5 seconds.
Don't see that much, but you got to penetrate. If you're guarded 6 feet away from the bat, 6 feet or more or less, that 5-second count can come and creep you up. That's a big turnover.
And there's different ways you can make that count reset or go away. You got to be active with the basketball, got to be making basketball moves. You could pass it. Either way, you can't be staying stationary. You're right, Coach. Rare that you see it, but it doesn't bite the Trojans there. And, they're going to say that Redmond stepped on the sideline.
You know, I've been down on the floor all night. This court is really wide, and what deceives you is how much room you have before you get to the stands. So if you're a player, you really don't recognize where that line is.
And especially since it's the court color stays the same throughout.
Exactly right.
You can easily get tripped up with that. Irish by 8, looking to add to it, and now they turn the basketball over. All these teams have been very fond of exchanging turnovers with one another. Seen it throughout this ball game. Trojans looking to capitalize on missed opportunities. Carter is bumped and fouled by Trussler.
You got to move your feet. How about the Southport Cardinals? At the end of 3, the Southport Cardinals lead Terre Haute North 34-30. Southport playing well, Adelaide.
Have to keep an eye on that game as things go on here. Working it around the horn are the Trojans. Woods. Floater down the lane. Left short that time. And is it a jump ball tie-up or a loose ball foul? Let's see. It's a jump ball tie-up, but the arrow will go to the Irish. Good extra effort there by McNeilis, but all for naught. The arrow goes to Cathedral. And the Irish want a timeout. A 30-second timeout will stay here. 3:32 left to go in this third quarter. It was a 9-point lead at halftime. Shaved by 1 point, down to 8, but still plenty of work to be done if you're a Bish Chatard faithful. Haven't been as precise with their possessions as one might hope. Neither team has taken care of the basketball particularly well. But the Irish will take where things are right now.
Sorry, I got to get into the groove.
Understand.
All right.
That lead is 8. You're never satisfied even with an 8-point lead in hand, but Coach Delaney, aside from the turnovers, has to be happy with how the Irish have responded from every punch that Chatard has thrown so far tonight.
Yeah, Chatard came out to play. No question about that. And that's kind of cool. That makes you got to play harder. And the mental game now, it's all mental and physical right here. You got to maintain this lead with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
On the Trojan side of things, you're just looking for some stops. You forced turnovers before, but you need to capitalize on them. Brady just lost the ball there. Now he's in some trouble. Nice behind the back move. The kick to Brady. Catch and shoot. That's long. Board secured and taken by Edwards. Feet inside. It's a travel, I think. Is it a foul on the floor? They'll say it's a foul on the floor, like that they're going to call him on a shuffle the feet on the hop step, but instead it's a foul against the Trojans. That goes against Carter.
I think it was a travel because I think Carter pushed him in to make that travel call.
It's a good eye, Coach. The second foul on Carter. Got Mastrian back in the game for the Trojans.
He's made a big difference, Jimmy. Let's see if he gets in the offense.
Brady receives the inbound. Palmer back to Brady. They look to feed it inside to Moe. Instead, Brady saw some space for three. Off the mark. Board to Redmond. Skips ahead. Mastrian, power dribble, hangs and scores. Trojans needed that one. And a little bit of a scoring drought. They've cut it down to 6. And the bench for the Trojans starting to get into a little bit, trying to rile up the Bishop Chatard fans. Searching for a couple more stops. Loose ball, bodies on the deck. Redmond there and squeaks it out. They'll push ahead. Catch and shoot. Did he shuffle the feet first? He did. They'll say Carter did not set his feet or tried to get maybe a little extra bit of separation. Didn't take the dribble to do it. Another poorly timed turnover by the Trojans.
Yeah, but if you're Chatard, you got to be really happy with the kids playing that aggressively.
You need to keep your foot on the gas, regardless if you're down 6 right now or up 6. Either team you are, you can't afford to keep the door open if you're a Cathedral, and you can't afford to let it be locked shut if you're Bishop Chatard. Floater by Brady, off the back iron, no, but Moe the board, amongst the trees, and he scores.
Moe is definitely the player tonight because he's come off the bench and did a nice job for them.
Mastrian hangs off the window and in.
Thanks to PNC Bank for being one of our sponsors. He just went to the bank.
After hours. And it's down to 6 again. Crowd starting to get into this. Brady up and under, and he drew contact. Oh. Take a look at Mastrian just throwing it right off the window.
He is the bank teller tonight.
I know you love that, Coach.
Tammy probably could hire him.
So Brady will go to the line. He's 2 for 2 in this second half at the charity stripe. 2 shots for him. That one good. Six points for Brady now.
Cathedral making sure they know what they're going to do down the next time down on 4.
Brady stays pure at the charity stripe.
They're going to go man to man.
Lead is 8, and nobody's coming to the basketball. They get it in. Mastrian almost shuffled the feet. Delaney yelling at his defense to hustle back. They have numbers. They can find it. Redmond to the rim. Off the window, no. And a blocking foul is called against Harrison Faig. So we'll give Redmond some free ones.
Coach Delaney is just frustrated because his kids are not just hustling back. You got to go and you got to defend.
Well, it was Camden Jordan that played the coverage there on the inbound to Mastrian. And he overran it. Couldn't hit on the break, so he ended up all the way at the vending machines down there by the hospitality area. And that's what Delaney was yelling about. He was telling him, get back. I got numbers. One more free throw for Redmond. That one is good. So he splits the pair. Makes it a 7-point game. 1:20 to go in the quarter. Christmas Attucks awaits the winner in Monday night's city final. Redmond wanted a foul called against Jordan. He didn't get it. Inside, Fang, not that time, and Redmond the board. He sees some daylight, and he's going to push it all by himself. Redmond, a 1-on-3, and he tried to throw it off the chest that time of Trussler, but it was caught and taken by Edwards. Under a minute now in the third. And the Irish hit the brakes a little bit. Not a bad idea with a 7-point lead in hand. Try to get your best shot out of this possession. Beautiful move by Johnson. Try to create separation. And it's last touched by the Trojans, they'll say.
Whoa.
Comer back in for the Irish. Jordan takes the seat.
Both coaches pacing the sideline. I gotta love it.
No surprise there. Comer off
nice
the
move.
bench to the rim, and he'll head to the line to earn him the hard way. Well, they didn't waste any time to get Tayshawn Comer back involved in the offense. He subs into the game, in for 5 seconds, and they get him a touch, and he'll head to the line. Comer averaging just under 17 points per contest for the Irish. Free throw's good there. Bumps the lead back to 8. 3 points for him. One more to try to bump it back to 9, which is where it stood at the halftime mark. He does not, but the board is cleared and taken by Edwards, and now Comer will just bring it out to the Arsenal Tech Titans logo, reset things. And be as deliberate as they want. Trojans looking for a stop to keep this at 8 going into the final quarter. 10 to go in the third. They move quickly now. Comer with 5. Comer pushed off a little bit. 3 in the air and almost turned it home for a 4-point play, but he left it short. So he can get all 3 points at the charity stripe with 2.4 to go in the quarter. Might have got a little bit of separation there, Coach.
Yeah, you know, I kind of like the call. You got to finish. You got to protect the shooter. He's allowed to come down with both feet safely.
And no, I completely agree with you on that. I mean how the separation was created by Comer. Looked like he might have
let
the
push
forearm
off
a little bit.
Yeah. Forearm shimba.
First free throw is good. 2 more for Tayshawn. That one's good as well.
Largest lead of the night right now.
Yep. Now you're in the green if you're the Irish. Pardon the pun, but it was a 9-point lead at halftime. You've done your job in the third to add to it. All 3 free ones made by Comer. 2.4 to go in the quarter. See how the Trojans play this. They'll baseball pass it. Up ahead, Mastrain can take a dribble. Hangs, and he scores. What a brilliant way to end the third quarter. And it'll be a 9-point game. 10 points for Mastrain. Irish lead by 9, 47-38. Final quarter upcoming after this on Indiana SRN.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. Be a part of all the action on Indiana SRN by subscribing to our YouTube page. Go to youtube.com, search Indiana SRN, and click that subscribe button so you never miss a second of the action. If you're a part of the action right now, let's reset the stage for you. It was a 9-point game at halftime. Mastrain for Chatard on a baseball pass, 1 dribble, and then a release at the end of the third to push it back to 9 after it pushed to 11. We have it.
Life comes at you fast.
Cathedral will have the basketball to start this final quarter. Here's a look at it.
He didn't panic.
And Mastrain just fully aware of the clock, got that off with plenty of time. Inadvertent whistle by the officials.
How about this? The officials did not wait till the scorekeeper to put 8 minutes on the clock, so they let him play, and then he tried to catch up, and they go, no, we can't do that. So now this is a correctable error because they gave the ball to the wrong team. So you got to reset to 8 minutes, and then you got to give the ball to the right team.
Well, this works out well on our end because we got to see the Mastrain highlight at the buzzer, and now we're reset back to action. There's going to be a lot of confused fans, though, for both teams, especially with the body language of Coach Delaney. He's beside himself.
Now, Coach Delaney's, what he's saying is you put the ball in play. Now they're going to give the ball back to Cathedral. This is interesting.
Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song playing.
This should be okay. They gave the ball to Chatard, and it should have been Cathedral's ball. Got it.
And at the end of it all, we'll put 8 back on the clock. And
because it's a correctable error. You got to start the game. You got to start the quarter with 8 minutes with the right team having the ball. That's a great call. Now they reset the clock to 7:56. So now I don't understand what they did. But I'll find out for you. I'll let you know Monday.
I believe that. I look forward to that update.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, it feels like 4 seconds didn't actually happen, but they did on the court, and there's a travel. So
yeah, but
ordinarily I would tell you, Coach, maybe that's a makeup call, but I'm as confused as you are as to what the operation was there.
But I will tell you this. If I'm Chatard and I lose by 1, and I have a chance with 10 seconds left in the game instead of 14, it's making a big 4 seconds make a big difference.
Floater, short. Rebound controlled, taken by Johnson. Not the possession you wanted there if you're Bish Chatard. And contact before the shot called against A.J. Roseman.
All right. Our producer in our ear said that everything was done right, except they took 4 seconds off the clock.
Should have just kept it at 8 minutes and gone from there.
And he refereed some big-time games back in the day, boys.
Great Jerry Collins helping us out,
yes,
as
sir.
always. Catch and shoot 3, rattles home for Togue. And the lead is now 12, largest of the game for the Irish. Trojans have to take advantage of every possession they get. An answer. No, that's over everything. Misfired that time was Roseman. Irish, catch and shoot, bottom. Bottom of the net by Taug.
You think they're filling it?
You can say that again. A Euro. That won't be an and one, though. It'll be on the floor. This is ballooned to 15. Take one more look at some of these triples.
I mean, that's just beautiful shots right there.
Taug catch and shoot. And now the Irish faithful starting to jeer back at the Bish Chatard fans.
What a rivalry. Jason Delaney right now is challenging his team to finish strong.
Got to keep your pedal to the metal. Don't let the Trojans back in. Timeout taken by Bish Chatard. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 6:48 left to go in this final quarter. Trojans in need of a little bit of effort. They're down by 16.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Welcome back to Arsenal Tech High School. The lead is ballooned to 16 for the Irish of Cathedral. Should that hold, should the Irish emerge victorious, it'll be Christmas Attucks waiting in the wings on Monday night for the Alliance City title.
Mike got a little bit of blood on the floor as they're cleaning up the floor a little bit.
No surprise that the young men on the floor, especially in this rivalry, leaving it all out there.
Yep.
Going to have some blood, going to have some sweat and moisture on the floor from time to time. At the line is Tayshawn Comer. Gets that free throw to go. Finishes off the pair. 17-point game. He's got 8. And the Trojans approaching now or never territory. Mastrain, been a focal point of the offense in that first half. Gets the layup there. $12 now for Pat Mastrian. Feed inside, it's sent back. Good extra effort on the help side defense. Redmond, the Euro, can't turn it home, but 2 shots with the clock stopped upcoming for the senior. Well, there's a lot of keys to getting back into a game with a deficit this large, Coach, but anytime you get some points with the clock stopped, you're giving big 2 thumbs way up.
Yes. See Coach Taylor coaching his troops.
It's a very talented Chatard team. They're far from out of this one. One more upcoming for Redmond. He's got 14. Give him 15.
They're hanging tough, Jimmy. They're hanging tough.
Well, we've heard Coach Weyer talk about the toughness of his Trojans. Not a shock whatsoever that they're hanging around, and that's another good way to get yourself back into the ball game. Nice aggressive defense, not let them get it across the timeline. You force the turnover.
That might be just a little bit of frustration of Cathedral not running their press offense.
Redmond operating, fakes the handoff. He'll step back. That's sent back by Brady. Got his own board, goes baseline. A lot of contact. He gets it to go. Now a trap being applied. It's turned over. Back to Redmond. He scores. 6 straight for him. It's a 9-point game, and look out. The officials blow the whistle. Is it a timeout for Cathedral or is it inadvertent? Let's see. It is a full timeout. Full timeout for the Irish. We'll take one as well. Beef Chatard's got it down to 9. Stay with us.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. You can see every single game we put on. It's a great way to do it. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe to button, Indiana SRN. Hey, Jimmy, Baby Shark is on from the PA announcer. My little 3-year-old granddaughter loves this song and sings it. If I hear it one more time this weekend, I think I'll bust.
I don't blame you. I listen to it in enough frequency that I enjoy when it comes on. I don't have anybody to hear it on a loop, so it's nice.
It's on a loop at Grandma's house.
9-point game here in the Alliance City semifinals. It's a 6-0 run by the Trojans. Irish looking for a basket. That one's long and a board by Chatard. We said they weren't going away. A lot of time to continue to cut away at this. Carter hesitates. Throws on the far right side to Ritchie. On the drive and one! Mastrian gets the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity, and the Chatard faithful in attendance are going nuts. He's got 14. Let's take a look at how he got there.
He just beat him. Watch this. Takes the step forward. He beat everybody to the basket.
This was a 14-point lead for the Irish. It's down to 7, a chance to cut it to 6 for Mastrian at the charity stripe. He put it in. Buckle up, my friend.
Unbelievable.
5:20 to go. Irish still searching for a bucket to stop this onslaught of offensive attack and defensive pressure by the Trojans. You talk about a gut punch. Do they have an answer? Catch and shoot three. There's one. Taug knocks it down. A much-needed triple. The lead back to 9. He has 9. Mastrian again. Can't turn it home, but he'll head to the line for 2 more. We take one more look at that.
I mean, you got to feel really confident to take that shot, because if you miss that shot, there's a coach over there that's going to put you on the bench.
Now, here's my question for you, Coach. As Mastrian's in the line for 2 shots, how long before, if at all maybe he's happy with the lineup, that one rattled out on him. How long before Coach Delaney goes back to some of the big men on the bench? How long before we see Fag or Mo back in there, because Mastrian wasn't getting those type of looks at will when the size was on the floor?
I think you're going to see it probably at the 3-minute mark.
Mastrian splits the pair. 8-point game, plenty of time. Full pressure being applied. Brady trapped, able to get it out to Trussler. He skips it ahead. Risky pass. It's saved, though. A loose ball and a foul is going to be called against the Trojans. The Irish very fortunate there. Sam Ritchie saw an opportunity to make a play, but he commits the personal foul, and Chatard is beside themselves. The Irish love every second of it.
You know, now I got to be honest with you, Jimmy. If I'm the coach here, I'm a little upset with that call, because that's a pass that they threw. That kid was at the spot. The offensive player ran into my defensive player. You called it on my defensive player. I'm a little upset with that call.
I don't blame you. It's a bit of a bang-bang play. It's a 1-and-1. The ball doesn't lie, but the Irish get the board. So maybe the worst-case scenario there for the Trojans, because now time could come off the clock. Mastrian tried to save it. Bodies on the deck. The arrow goes to the Trojans, and they're going to give a timeout to the Irish. What a heads-up play right in front of the bench by Trussler. And it's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. An 8-point game, don't go anywhere. 4:30 to go, a trip to the Alliance City Final on the line.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Look inside the Chatard huddle. They've cut this down to 8. They've been as close as 6. Both teams now, as Cathedral called the timeout there, Down to a one timeout each. Coach, let's take a look at a little game reset. Where's the game plan moving forward, knowing that all you have left is that one timeout? And both sides, you've made a huge run if you're Chatard. Cathedral, though, you're trying to keep the separation of the cushion you have right now at 8.
It is really tough to coach a close game with one timeout left with 4:30 to play. It's going to be different how they handle free throw shooting, whole entire thing. Now you rely on your seniors and your captains.
Comer tried to go baseline with that, ran out of room, and he just threw it off of the leg of the Chatard defender.
You like that play, don't you?
Always like it when
That's
I see
how you play down to the south side of Indianapolis.
Got to get the extra possession, extend it as much as you can.
Hit him in the face if you have to.
You run out of room, just throw it at him. As long as it touches him.
Dodgeball.
Inbound inside, or outside, I should say, to Comer. 4:18 to go. Togg wanted that. Now he'll drive off glass. No, and the rebound, skying high for it. Up ahead come the Trojans. Richie in the corner. Bang! He knocks it down. It's a 5-point game. Brady's in trouble, and he throws it off of the leg of Redmond. It'll stay on this end. Brady better watch out, though, because he was very close to stepping on the end line. That would have been a turnover.
You got to watch the middle of the floor. You got to stop the ball.
They try to a floater. That's good. Comer scores it.
That's a smart play by Comer.
Lead back to 7.
Craziness.
Do the Trojans have another answer? Redmond tried to cross over, and now he's in trouble. They might have to use that timeout. He attempted to throw it off of the leg of one of the Irish defenders. They're going to say it was touched by Cathedral. Very, very fortunate there is Ed Reese Redmond.
This was at 13 at one time, wasn't it, Jimmy?
As high as 14, in fact. Lob at the rim and missing the handle that time was Semler. So a costly turnover by the Trojans. We talked about how important taking care of the basketball was throughout this game, especially so in crunch time. How aggressive will the Trojans choose to be with this trap? That's a very risky pass in the corner. Baseline drive, and it's good. Soaring towards the basket was Brady. Lead back to 9, and the Irish fans can breathe a little sigh of relief. And the Trojans continue to put the pressure. They've locked down on Redmond the last couple possessions. 3 in the air, that's in and out. Skying high as Richie puts it up there, and it goes down. Official says my time. He wants to have a discussion at the table. Lead down to 7. They'll call a delay of game warning against the Trojans.
That's a smart play, though, if you're Chatard, because now the ball is dead. You can regroup and you can put your press back on. Man, this place is just rocking.
High capacity crowd here at Arsenal Tech. Irish got to get it in. They throw it right into a trap. Mastrain forces the steal, and who's the last off of?
No. He needs some help there.
Let's see if the officials conference with it. Weyer was very adamant it was off of the Irish.
You notice Coach Taylor Weyer right there calmed his team down, told him to sit down, and keep playing.
Some words being said by one of the baseline officials to the coaching staff for Biff Chatard.
And what he's saying is the ball was in the air where that ball was contacted by Chatard. He didn't get the replay, but he's down there, Jimmy. We're way up here. He's got to make the call.
Richie will take a seat for the Trojans. It's quickly thrown in. Heavy pressure being applied, and now it's a foot race. Comer might have walked with it, or is it a foul on the floor? Let's see. Oh, it's a foul on the floor. That'll go against Carter. His 4th. One more to play with, and the bad news for the Biff Chatard Trojans is they're in the penalty. So free throws upcoming, and any fouls the rest of the way leads to 2 shots is the last 1-1. Let's take a look at the last triple by Biff Chatard. Richie a few moments ago.
Man, that's just beautiful.
Under 3 to play. Crispus Attucks awaits the winner. They're victorious 96-69 against Covenant Christian in game number 1. Front end is good by Comer.
Don't forget, we have the action for you Monday starting at 7 o'clock, prelude to a championship. And then at 7:30, Jimmy Cook and Sean Crawl. Sean's sixth city championship game on Indiana SRN. Boy, I tell you what, he's the old veteran. I'm leaving my booth. I'm leaving you in good hands.
Yeah, if you're going to be leaving the booth, the great Sean Kroll definitely be the top of that short list to come in for the championship game.
Love it.
Redmond kicks in the corner, 3. It's good. It rattles home for Kelly Woods, the junior, a big-time shot, and it's a 6-point game. The Trojans not going away, but a frustration foul committed there by Mastrian. Not sure that's what you wanted as you're sending Comer to the line.
Well, maybe right now you play Hack-a-Shack. Who knows?
Could be.
Look at that three-pointer. I mean, that's nothing but pure.
Able to rattle it in.
Now it's a double bonus.
Comer, good there. I wouldn't want to play, as the phrase was so eloquently coined back when the big Diesel was in the league. I wouldn't want to play Hack-a-Shack with the Irish. A lot of good free throw shooters on this team. Both made their 8-point game.
As a team, they shoot over 60%, so you're right.
Redmond tries to force it, kicks another 3 in the air. That one was long. He knew it right when he released it that time. Did Woods. But a turnover forced, and is it a foul against the Irish? No, they'll say it bounced off of the baseline when the Trojans had it.
Deuces left.
Good eye there, 2:22 to go.
That is the Jimmy Cook way to play basketball.
If you need to avoid the 5 second.
Never play with Jimmy Cook because you never know where the ball is going to go.
Sometimes you run out of options. They got that one timeout. Got to be deliberate with it. High pass to Brady. Now he's trapped along the sideline, and he throws it off of the chest of Mastrian.
Yeah, the Jimmy Cook family reunion is like that.
Here's the thing, though.
Yes, sir.
One of these times, if you're a Trojan and that
You're gonna
pass
catch
is
the
high
ball.
in the chest, you got to catch it.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for that if that's what they're going to do. Because that time, that wasn't even close to the legs of Mastrian. That was right in his chest. That's usually something, by the way, that you might see at one of our pickup games, maybe once or twice a game. It's been 6 or 7 times tonight by the Irish. Comer, a defender on his hip with 2:10 to go. Works around it.
They got away with that one.
Being very deliberate are the Irish, rightfully so. 8-point lead in hand. Either make the Trojans foul you or get a good shot. Redmond tried to jump the passing lane. Down the lane, it's a foul. Togg got all of the contact there. Almost got the finger roll to drop down. Instead, he'll head to the line for 2 free ones, and this is where the clock starts to become the mortal enemy of Bish Chatard.
Richie's 4th foul. Left it on the floor, haven't they?
They have. We mentioned a 16-point projection on John Harrell's Indiana High School basketball website. 16-point projection, W for the Irish. And it's 9 right now, and the way the foul game could go, it might still get to that mark, but Biff Chatard has been every bit the contender they are. 10 points for Brady. Excuse me, for Togg, rather. 1 more for him. That one's good. Give him 11 points, push the lead to 10. Under 2 to go. Irish inching closer to a date for the city tournament title. But Redmond has other ideas in mind. That shot from the wing is good. 8-point game. Trojans need to force a turnover. Irish just need to take care of the basketball. Jordan down the lane, forced that shot and scored. You did not need that there. But the sophomore with the big-time bucket. Mastrian, a lot of contact. Got it to go. He wanted the N1. Now it's a track meet, but the Trojans starting to run out of time. Jordan almost had his pocket pick. Is it off his foot? No, it's not. Mastrian wanted it off his foot. Instead, it'll stay with the Irish. There's the lob in the backcourt to Comer. Defender all over him. Kicks it. 3, the dagger. No, it's an air ball, and the rebound secured by the Trojans. 8-point game, a minute to go.
Got time.
Up ahead, Redmond fouled hard. Oh, my. He's quick back up to his feet, but he was like a top spinning in air there.
How about that sportsmanship? He goes right. Tressler understood he made contact, went right to him, wanted to make sure he was okay. Look at that. That's great sportsmanship.
Gotta love that.
We need that, folks. That's what we need in this game.
You know that on their minds and their huddles, the ultimate goal is to win, but it's also about how you conduct yourself on the floor. You mentioned that great sportsmanship there, Coach. It's an 8-point game with 61 seconds to go. Make it a 7-point game. Has big free throws there by Redmond. He now has 21, right around his average on the season. Putting the Trojans on his back down the stretch, him along with Pat Mastrian. One more for Redmond. That's long. Rebound taken by the Trojans, but they throw it away to the Irish. They needed that. Now it's a 1-on-2. A Euro. Comer. No, he missed the layup, and now the Trojans are going to hurry. They'll reset things with 40 seconds to go. Advantage is 7. Nice pass between two defenders. 3 at the top. It's long, and the board secured and taken by the Irish, and the Trojans have to foul. Well, ever-moving parts here on the broadcast. Coach heads down to get ready for his post-game interview, and my broadcast partner for Monday Night Championship game and one half of the tandem of game number 1 here, the great Sean Kroll joining me.
Well, thank you.
Sean, this is
very kind.
This is very, very phenomenal on all levels for both these teams, solely based on the fact of what it means for Chatard. Likely going to, barring something insane, likely going to walk away on the wrong end of this, but man, it's going to be a fun one on Monday night.
It is. It's a rematch of last year where Cathedral took down Attucks. Attucks had a valiant effort, but it's a much better Attucks team this year, especially when you look at who they've played and the teams that they lost to. We talked about it in the first game, is that they've got 3 losses to teams ranked 1, 3, and 4 in 4A. So, but this Chatard team is scrappy. I like what Taylor Ware is doing.
Redmond down the lane, and he had his pocket stripped by Comer. They could dribble it out if they won. Instead, Comer went for the dagger, and he's fouled on the floor. It leads to free throws and the vintage chant. I've been on the receiving end and on the giving end of it. The just like football chant from Cathedral.
If I was Chatard, I would say, like, who won state?
Exactly. Yeah. Who got the better end of the deal?
Yes. But I do like what Coach Ware has done. Very scrappy team, long bench.
As we won state from the Chatard fans.
As a new pal, citizen, I like that one.
I love the fanfare between the student sections. I know between the two of us, I'm a little closer removed, even though it's 7 years now. But I still love the pageantry and rivalry between student sections.
I do as well. You know, one thing I found interesting is how little Peter Moe has played here towards the end of the game, and is he going to be a piece Monday night that could be a problem?
Redmond from the volleyball line, it's good. Makes it an 8-point game. Final seconds ticking away, and Chatard will foul. Redmond now well over 20 points, give him 24 on the night. Let's take one more look at that.
That's way downtown.
It's almost not quite Curry range, but it's pretty deep for a high school player.
You know, Jalen Carson, 6'7" for Attucks, and Donovan Barnett, 6'4". They wreaked havoc today on Covenant Christian on the boards. Is Mo going to play a lot more? Because the quickness of both these teams, Attucks and Cathedral, is going to be tremendous.
Well, they brought Mo off the bench tonight, and that was a conversation I brought up with Coach when Mastrian was out there for Chatard, in that Mastrian could get to the hoop at will in this little rally that Chatard had here. Mo wasn't there. That lack of size, some thought might be something that was a huge hamper against Cathedral, but the speed and the quickness of their guards and wing players really kind of offset that down the stretch here.
He seemed like he was a force in the first half.
He really was.
Yeah, which helped Cathedral get out to that lead. And boy, just little runs, Chatard could not quite get over the hump. They got it within 6, I believe, in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't quite get it done.
Got it all the way down to 6 after trailing by 14 at one point in time. It ends in a 10-point margin of victory for Cathedral, 76-66. Some thought this was going to be a huge blowout. Chatard proved why they are going to be a strong contender and an out that you would not want in 3A on your side of sectionals. Let's send it down to the coach. He's with a victorious Coach Delaney.
Good kids played well tonight.
I don't think we played well tonight. Sometimes you just got to make more plays, and that's what we were able to do tonight. We made some plays in that fourth quarter. I thought Grant Hogg was huge for us tonight. We hit our free throws. Defensively, we had a big lapse tonight, and just from a efficiency on offense, we really struggled. But sometimes, you're going to have games like that. We are the hunted, and we know that. We know that everyone's coming for us. I mean, we're the villain in all this. Everyone wants to see Cathedral finally go down. No one wants to see teams keep winning. And so for us, we kind of have to embrace that role, and we're going to get everyone's best shot. And we definitely, Chatard did a great job. Their game plan was really executed well. And hats off to Chatard tonight.
How about Mo? Mo did a nice job. First half, I thought, really did a nice job. Kept you in the ball game and hit some big baskets.
Yeah, Pete was great offensively. He had some putbacks. He made some nice moves and gave us a real spark there in that second quarter, and first quarter. But we just got to continue to get better here.
Attucks, tough game. Going to be sellout crowd. Going to be on Indiana SRN. Can't beat it, Coach. What a great game that's going to be.
No, we get a rematch from last year. And, I mean, now we're sectional opponents. And Chris Hawkins does such an outstanding job at Attucks. And it's going to be a battle. I mean, they're the number 1 seed. We're going to have to play about 100 times better than what we did tonight to even give ourselves a chance.
Congratulations. Good luck today. Great game, guys. Back up to you guys. They have the game for you. Jimmy Cook and Sean Kroll has the game. They'll finish it up tonight.
Thanks so much, Coach. That's the Coach Keith Myers. He already gave us a great introduction there as I bring Sean back into the fray. Sean, a huge win for Cathedral. We talked a little bit about Chatard already. Their season's only going to get better from here. A tough loss. Still will get an opportunity at Cathedral a little later in the season. Haven't beaten them since 2008, so that'll be circled on the calendar as a little bit of a rematch. But as we look forward to Monday night's Alliance City Tournament title game, if you would have looked at the bracket to start and picked 2 teams that you would love to see for just pure excitement on a Monday night, it would have been Christmas Attucks and Cathedral.
Well, it's 1 versus 2, and you can't really get any better than that. The 2 best teams in the city, 2 of the best teams in the state, and they're going to duke it out here Monday night just like they did last year, and I expect a fantastic basketball game.
From the standpoint of what you saw from Cathedral while you were watching from afar, we already mentioned that are we going to see play inside of the size of the likes of Fag and Mo, or are we going to see the athletic wings and speed to match speed with Christmas Attucks? I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you pick a winner, but in terms of an edge going in, where do you see it from the basketball you absorbed tonight?
I don't think it's as much from the basketball tonight as it's been what's gone about so far this year. What Attucks has done in terms of the gauntlet that they've gone through schedule-wise. Now, Cathedral schedule is nothing to sneeze at as well. But the gauntlet and the teams that they've lost to are really, really good. I am so excited to see the defense on both ends because they're so quick and they're so suffocating, and it leads to offense for both teams. Which team can impose their will, so to speak, in this game on Monday night, I think is going to make the difference.
When you have an unstoppable force and an immovable object go toe-to-toe, you're going to be in for a treat. You're not going to want to miss that one. That'll be Monday night right here on Indiana SRN. That's the great Sean Kroll. He'll be on the call with me on Monday night as we bring you the action. Christmas Attucks awaits Cathedral. They defeat Bishop Chatard 76-66. The final as the Irish improved to 12-2 on the season. Until we talk to you on Monday night for our entire staff and crew, this is Jimmy Cook saying so long, everybody.